You're listening to a Cult Talk Network podcast.
Welcome everyone to Cultober. I'm Ty.
I'm Eric.
We're going clockwise, Urs.
I'm Urs.
We're going clockwise.
Yeah,
I was watching Finn to see when he was going to say it. I was going to say it as soon as he did.
Are you going to talk when I'm talking?
So it is sabotage. She does too. I'm Michael.
I'm Bailey.
And I'm apparently Ben.
That's what they tell me.
And today, this is the fifth Friday here in Cultober, the last Friday for Cultober.
Woo!
Before we move on to Beetlejuice, our Halloween special.
Ooh.
What
Careful how many
episodes
times
have you
say
been
that.
on, Tyler?
I've been on The Thing,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and I think that might be the only Friday episode I was on.
Which I had to help Eric find that. He was panicked.
Oh, yeah. That was
Oh,
a scary
really?
thing. Yeah. That was scary.
At this point, everyone knows we've been recording these like way ahed and out
Yep.
of order.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Yep.
been, Go
Yeah.
on.
We almost had a lost episode.
But today we are doing the Halloween tree.
Halloween.
Some of you may remember it's like a classic from the 90s, TV movie on TBS or Cartoon Network. Which one was it?
It was TBS when it
TBS,
when it
okay.
aired.
TB. See, I got some film stats here. I'll run us through the
Okay,
film
yeah,
stats.
you're
Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do it.
There's not a lot there. So we got The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury, written by Ray Bradbury, directed by Mario Peluso.
Okay.
I don't have a link for him. So
Nothing?
no. Not on Wikipedia anyway. Voices of Leonard Nimoy,
Right.
Annie Barker, Alex Greenwald, Eden Gross, Kevin Smets, and Andrew Keegan. Wow, those are all easy names, Eric. I could have let you do this
Son
one.
of a bitch.
Damn.
The one time I
don't
let someone
him
else
fool
take
you.
it
The
on.
last one we recorded, he did the names and he went, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in 1408.
That's right.
And I was like,
1408, that was
wow, these names are hard. Composer John Debney, country of origin, United States, and also has Philippines.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. Original language, English. Producers, I don't care. Just people gave money. Just know
People
that.
gave money to it.
About 5-6 people gave money. Editor Gil Iverson. No link for him. Runtime 69 minutes.
Hey.
I'm surrounded
lot
by
longer
children.
I didn't say anything.
It felt a lot longer than that, didn't it?
It did, but
I think on Amazon Prime it said 70-minute runtime.
Oh, wow.
So it's not really that
An extra minute of bonus
Well,
material.
Amazon wanted to make sure you got the full finish.
right.
Which
And
you
then
don't
extra
get with
minute for
69.
Yeah.
So it says on Wikipedia, with all of its knowledge, the release of original network was ABC
Huh.
in October 2nd, 1993.
Wow. 93.
See, I saw one that said 91 TBS.
Wow.
huh.
Controversy on
See,
Wikipedia.
I was going off of the
Whoa.
VHS
Well,
copy has Cartoon Network.
It
on
is Wikipedia.
It is Wikipedia. Well,
So when they're sabotaging the Halloween
mine was
tree,
nothing.
all
What
right.
was yours from?
Did
Mine
we
was
get
from
any?
IMDb.
Do you have anything on the animators for it?
who was the studio behind it as well? I'm curious.
Crew,
Hanna-Barbera? Okay.
recording director,
Was
talent
Violence
coordinator. You're really making me dig here,
I'm
dude.
so sorry. Yeah, animators never get any credit. I guess that's
Could you
why.
take
there
us
was-
through like the budget too?
It does not give the budget.
See, anything
No.
to IMDb?
There was
Budget
really.
Well, all right, I guess.
IMDb.
Fuck the animators, I guess.
I know, but on that same note as the animators, there was really good animation
Oh, they did
here.
great. That's
Oh,
why I kind of
and-
wanted to call them out. That
Oh
was
my
amazing.
gosh.
Especially for 90s.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Ooh.
I
Awards.
love this type of.
It won an Emmy Award for
yeah.
outstanding writing in an animated program,
Oh, good for them.
Go.
and was nominated for outstanding animated program.
Good.
So it
Oh,
won the
there we go.
writing, not the actual animated.
Yeah.
So more like this, Michael. You were asking this earlier. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow with Ichabod Crane.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Oh,
I see it
yeah.
on Disney Plus the other day. I was going to watch it.
Isn't that part of like the whole fun and fancy free Disney thing?
Yes.
Because they had like Ichabod. Well, is that what I'm thinking of? That's the wrong thing.
Wind in the Willows.
Because I'm
Which
thinking
is the
Ichabod and
Mr.
Mr.
Toad
Toad. You remember
Yeah.
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is there a Christmas movie like this? And there like a
The Grinch is one.
The Grinch?
Mm.
I still say we'll have to watch Opus and Bill Wish for Wings That Work. That's
I'd be
very
down
It
for
is
that.
a really good
It's
one.
not.
But-
I don't know
and
if
then
we have it.
Halloween is Grinch Night, which is a bizarre fucking.
I know. I kind of wanted to do that at some point.
I don't know if we
Maybe
have it
next
in
year.
us to do a Cultober and Christober in the same year.
Woo.
Christober.
I don't know. It's first thing Christmas
A
Tober.
cult Christmas.
Cult-
Yeah,
Christmas.
we did that last
Cult
year
Christmas.
too.
I say Christober. I morphed
Yeah.
them both. Let's just do it. We'll morph them both into November. and it'll be all right.
All
No.
right.
So the first half of November will be October.
Cultober?
We're doing Burn
Cultober.
November,
Cultober?
right?
No shave November.
Cultober?
Okay, that's enough of this shit.
Fine.
All the names had to be brandable, or else it's not worth doing.
If you can't name it
You can't
properly, what the
slap it on
fuck
a
are you
t-shirt.
doing?
What the fuck's doing?
Any other good stuff about this, Ben, that you see?
No, nothing as far as the who's and the what's and the whys of it.
No, who's, what's, and why?
Unfortunately.
I'll do one quick fun fact search and see if I come up with anything.
Yeah, see if there's any fun facts. I know Ray Bradbury was very happy with this movie.
Was
Well,
he?
I mean, he fucking better be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like
He's,
reading he was
his
very
handprints are all over it.
yeah. I remember reading that he was very fond of this adaptation of his work.
What he's boy. What hell has he done?
I
What has
don't-
he written?
I don't
Ray
like
Bradbury?
Yeah.
Oh,
a lot. It
He's
actually
one of
looked.
those-
I looked
what?
at that this morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's one of
It's
those guys
crazy.
who just shits books.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of the links I'm seeing are just like the forgotten movie, forgotten Halloween film. Does
Well, it's
anyone
not
remember?
forgotten now because Cultober is bringing it back.
Yeah, we're putting it on the map.
putting it on here. Yeah,
I
all
do
over it's
not-
on the map.
You can get this on Amazon Prime for $3.99, $2.99, or you can buy it for $10.
Yeah, it was on Amazon Prime for $10. Prime
Yeah.
He
Video.
wrote for Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Ray Bradbury's been around for a while.
He wrote The Martian.
Oh, wow.
What Fahrenheit? What was that?
Oh,
451,
no.
yeah.
Yep.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
he's
I'm
did
reading
a lot.
Y'all keep talking about things. I'm going
Oh, yeah.
to skim this article, see how much I'm mad.
Something Wicked This Way Comes. That's
Oh,
all.
that's a good one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't like that. Did you like this film, Ben? First of all,
Oh hell yeah.
do you like Warner Brothers?
Huh?
Do you like Warner Brothers?
No.
So
not,
back in-
so I will say this: the new guy that's in charge of Warner Brothers, who's just lobbing heads, and is like, "What? How much money did we spend on this? 90 million? Fuck it, we're canceling it. It's bullshit. We're not putting it out." I'm actually starting to like him.
So back in 2020, there's an article about Ray Bradbury's The Halloween Tree coming to the big screen.
Whoa.
Oh.
So they're doing a live action.
For Warner
without
Brothers.
without reading the entire article, maybe.
It's gonna be shit.
That's why I was wondering how we feel
We'll
about
see.
Warner Brothers.
We'll see.
Let's
We'll
give it some
see.
hope. I don't know.
I don't have faith in adaptation.
I don't have
anymore.
faith in it either. Especially not after perfect as this one was. I don't think it's going to be.
Is Ray Bradbury still alive?
They'll cut this. What would you guys say? It was 69 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll cut it into 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 episodes
seriously.
2 seasons
Yep.
or 3 4-hour-long movies.
Oh,
We'll stretch it
man.
out into.
That's if
No,
Netflix.
4.
picked
I
it
got to
up.
cut it into 4 because you got to have the last movie's got to be in 2 parts.
No.
Ray
so he
Bradbury
died
quadrilogy.
June 5th, 2012.
Yep.
Aw.
At the age of
man.
91.
Yeah,
Damn.
91 though.
He was up there.
So he did all right. He outlived what I'm gonna live to probably.
I really hope I don't live to 91.
That would be fucking terrible.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
imagine
Yeah, what are you doing
being
at that point?
painful just to.
You're going to space
Be
if you're
awake.
William Shatner.
Yeah.
Well, I am not William Shatner, so
Just
All
put me
of-
up on that Halloween tree.
All I ever
Yeah.
hear is just don't get old. And everyone that
Right.
I work with, don't get old. Don't get old.
Just
It's
just
like-
kill
Yeah.
I'll
yourself
just do
now.
that.
See,
No,
it's
we
gonna
don't
be a
advocate
pretty,
suicide.
We
Stop
don't
it.
advocate suicide.
tripped, and now I've got to lay in bed for 6 months. 'cause I
Yeah.
broke
For
my
real.
hip. That
Like,
sounds amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know people in their 80s who are pissed they've
Yeah.
made it to 80 because like half their week is like doctor's appointments.
Oh,
and
yeah. It's like
they
a,
take like an entire like pill cabinet for breakfast. Like,
Right.
Yeah, like
Just-
they have that big box. Like my great
Yes.
grandma had one of those big boxes. It was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah,
Thursday.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
you bump your elbow and your whole arm turns into a bruise.
Bruises up, yep.
That's
Yep.
the worst. Like,
I don't
this
know.
seems
I mean,
terrible.
it's a blessing
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
people around you to have
Light
the-
a jack lantern for me and
60,
just throw it in a
65.
tree. I don't
65's it for you.
60, 65, 70, somewhere around
care.
there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're still working, no. Like you got to keep.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to
Like-
be working that long.
You mortals are weird talking about this. Tell you what.
Michael's a bot.
I don't get like, what's the point of like working your entire life to retire and do what you can just do now?
I mean, that's
Just be
conversation.
homeless and do it now, right?
Let's go. Let's just sell
Some
everything.
homeless- that always-
No.
sometimes homelessness seems like a pretty. Like,
retirement seems different.
If-
Oh, man.
sometimes
he-
homelessness seems like a pretty cool way to go. I don't know.
No.
Sometimes you look at it, it's like,
That's my retirement plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to live out of a fucking van, and that's it.
Well,
down by the
That's
river.
not
doesn't sound
homeless
too bad.
though. Mommy,
that
is it
That
homeless?
is definitely homeless.
That's
Yes.
homeless.
Yeah, it's
That's
homeless.
considered
I would
homeless.
Is
count
it a
that as
home?
homeless.
When you put it
Could
like
you
that.
sell that real estate, Bailey? Is
Yes,
it a
you
home?
could.
Technically not.
Sell your van. Yeah.
Technically not as real estate because it has wheels, but like if you were to take the wheels off and put it in the ground, then yeah, I could sell that
no,
bitch.
He's not going to do that. Ursa's going to be a sovereign citizen.
No,
Traveling the United
I'm not
States.
going to be. I'm never going to be a cop. Okay, don't never say that.
Aw.
So I had no idea that the dude who did the voice of
Leonard Nimoy.
Please bring us back.
that he was Spock.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Live long and prosper.
Wait, which one was he? Which one was he?
The
Oh,
Mountain
that's
Shroud,
so
Mountain
cool.
Shroud.
Ben, if you could take us to the bumper.
Bumper.
Yeah.
All right, and we're back, guys.
Hey, we're back.
We're here to talk about just Spock and Star Trek now, is what we're going to do.
yeah.
No, we're not doing that.
Aw.
We're going to talk about our first memories of a Halloween tree first. I know I watched, this was like, I don't remember watching it like on TV. We just always had it on VHS as a kid.
Oh, I want that VHS. I'm looking for that one actively. If anyone has a Halloween tree VHS.
Well, I'll hit up my family and
You'll
see if
add
they
it
still
to your-
have it for
It
some
has the
reason.
case.
Mario
It has the
Kart
case.
collection.
I still need a Mario Brothers VHS too.
Oh my gosh.
And the variant cover for the Mario Brothers DVD if anyone's got that.
Yeah, if anyone has the variant cover,
Yeah.
he's been looking for that pretty hardcore.
That's why I order something off Amazon. I'm hoping I'll get sent the variant at some point, but still the same copy. But
it shows you the
a
cover.
boy can dream.
So this was, I remember
that
just
has
watching this
copy.
back like I was, one of this 93, 91, depending
Depending
where
on who
you're.
you ask.
Yeah, so I was born in 90, so around, you figure out the age.
Yeah.
It's like 4, 5 when I started
Something
watching
like
this. I remember a lot before I was 10 watching it. So this has always been a part of my life, Halloween movie. Bailey, your first time watching this?
Was today.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. So you guys had actually sent us the book and we had watched, I think, like the first like 2 minutes of it back when we first started talking about putting this in Cultober, and immediately I was like, I love this. Like, I can't wait to watch it. And I didn't get all the way through the book. However, it is one that I am going to be getting through before Halloween because we're recording this way ahead of schedule. But I could definitely see that being that book specifically being a part of Ben and I's household for a very long time to come. The movie met and exceeded my expectations. It was such a good, heartwarming film. It was very entertaining. The artwork and the animation was unbelievably beautiful.
So you're
Yeah.
going to make it a tradition to read the book to Gypsy?
Yes.
Oh,
Just read it to her
there
every
we
And
go.
freaky. And freaky.
You know, it's funny you said that because I actually was reading it to her earlier this
my
morning. I was
God.
reading more into it.
Was
she
you
was
doing a
bothering me.
Schmeagle voice?
No, I just read it in my regular voice. I wasn't that fun.
No.
I was tired. I hadn't had that much caffeine yet, and she was bothering me. So I just started reading out loud, and she started wagging her tail.
She's like, this is a good story.
Yeah,
Thanks, Uncle Eric.
it was funny.
She just wants to be part of stuff.
Yes.
Ben, first time watching.
It was about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Ah. Did you watch the whole thing?
I mean, yeah.
It's a visual
right.
podcast. It's an audio podcast. You gotta. We can't see.
Well,
The audience can't see your nods.
I did not.
He stared blankly, like, wait, what?
He
Yeah.
was sitting right in front of me the entire time, Tyler.
True.
Fine. So,
Yeah.
And I liked it.
you liked it?
Yeah.
I'll save some thoughts for the rest of the thing.
All
Yeah.
right. Save some thoughts for that. Tyler,
Keep your
Yeah.
secrets.
first time watching it.
About like what 3 years ago?
You were
3 or 4
still
years?
in your old house, and we still hang out with Butters.
Yeah.
So it's been a little
Before he
long,
got addicted to crack.
before he got addicted to crack.
But
Did Butters get addicted to crack with you,
it's the
Ursa?
last time I seen him.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Man, isn't that
But,
crazy that Spock did the voice?
Yeah, you kept telling me about it, and I have a bad habit. If anyone tells me to watch something, I won't watch it. I don't know why.
So I learned to
You
just
still
sit him
haven't watched
down.
that one movie that Butters told you to
No,
watch.
he was telling me to watch it.
Like,
If you'll just let it go, I might watch it. If you'll just
Whatever
let
the
it
hell that
go,
movie is.
I have it on DVD upstairs.
Yeah, he sends him pictures to Butters.
Yeah, I send
sometimes.
pictures. I send pictures of it all the time to Butters.
When me and Butters were roommate, he had a reminder on his phone that would like automatically send you a message to tell you to watch that.
That's why I never watched it. That's why.
Is it, what movie is it?
Animus. It's a
Animus.
really bad, like low budget sci-fi movie from like the mid 2000s.
Not that
So
bad.
he would love it. Is
Yeah, I
the
was going
thing.
to say that sounds like exactly like what you would like.
But he was told to watch it.
Just
You see,
leave it be, and I might watch it.
because I know I made
You made me
and-
watch.
You and
this.
Butters watched this.
Yeah, maybe watch this, and I went out and bought it on DVD like not too long after that.
And Butters loved it because he's like, the narrator is like, that's just fucking metal lyrics right there.
Yeah,
You'd have to know Butters. He's really
Could
into
be.
metal.
but yeah, I watched it about 3-4 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah.
We watched it. I think we bought it on Prime or rented it on Prime.
I need you to think about how long ago it actually was because I was in Florida 5 years ago.
Oh hell, it's been forever ago then. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, that's been it's been a while ago. So I remember I bought it on DVD like a few years back, but yeah, it's been a while ago. But yeah, I don't remember ever watching it, but it was kind of a thing where you showed me a trailer for it. I was like, oh, I definitely want to watch that.
Yeah, there was this and Good Will Hunting. He was
Yeah.
around.
And that was like two of my favorite movies.
It's a good
So,
fucking movie.
oh, Good Will
Yeah.
Hunting, hell yeah,
That's how he got me to watch Halloween Tree. He showed me the first
yeah, that's all it
5
takes.
minutes of it or whatever.
Yeah, 'cause
First minute.
that's like right up my alley. Like
It
I
is,
love
yeah,
this shit. So,
absolutely.
It's
what
amazing.
about you, Eric?
Eric, first time watching it. Go.
So this actually, I think, was a rediscovery for me because I remember some of this imagery and like the section on the witches, like very vaguely, like vague childhood memory sort of stuff. So I must have seen it at some point before this, but this is the first time I remember watching it through.
Or we just plant some false memories into you by bringing it up.
It could be, but I really think I have seen it. Like the witches discussion
Just feels
that they had
familiar.
yeah, it does.
Plus, you watch a lot of witchy things.
I
though.
do.
And they're
I
all
like
about the
occulty
same.
things.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No?
no,
Oh.
All witches look alike.
no.
Yeah, every one of them.
Green.
Green,
Green.
one of those,
Be a
green
witchist.
hat.
They can't take
Don't
That's witches.
do not talk about my people like that.
they can't take baths because they'll just
Can't take
melt.
baths.
That's
yeah,
not
so they're
true.
stinky. You know,
Yeah.
These are
Otherwise they'll just
stereotypes.
melt.
I'm stinky for
Why do you-
different reasons.
Why do you think me and Ursa are sitting so far away from you right
Yeah.
now? Ursa, first time watching this movie.
Was with Butters probably right after you guys watched it. I
Uh-huh.
guess I don't know. But
Probably.
I
If he
mean,
made you watch it from where I made him watch it.
Yeah.
so.
probably yeah.
Yeah, because he
We
had
were
not seen it yet until Mike forced it on
a
us.
lot of other things back then too, so I don't remember a whole lot. Of that.
Or something he didn't get addicted to crack.
And so full
Thankfully,
disclosure.
I got out of that environment.
Or Butters got addicted to crack.
So full disclosure
Sad
for all
story.
listeners, we all watched it and Ursa didn't. So
Yeah,
Yep.
Ursa didn't watch it. He showed up early to the recording session and
Yep.
got a mic shoved in his hand.
Well, him over there, he roped me into this.
Yeah.
Hey,
He wrote-
him over there, he wrote me into this.
well, he wrote me into this.
Well, him over here, he wrote me into this.
How many people's lost right now?
I mean, definitely me.
I'm lost.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and
Oh,
Morty.
okay.
You're not, yeah, not missing much.
So Ursa's just
Should say
along
that
for the
fans are
ride. So
evil.
I guess you'll be like, you're acting as the listeners.
Yeah.
For the ones that haven't
Is there a
seen,
fucking wizard?
they're-
No.
No.
I mean,
Kind?
Yeah,
And
there's
a
a
top
witch.
hat. Does he have a top hat and a cape?
no.
No.
He's got a
Yeah.
cape.
There's
He's
one.
there is a
There's
cape.
one on the. There's one on the
Show
book.
the opening picture.
He has a
There's one on
cape.
the
He's a
book.
wizard.
Where's the
Yeah,
Tyler? Where's
sure.
the DVD case?
It's
So
over there
far
behind
away.
you, just right
that
behind you.
guy.
That's
That's
Okay,
what he
so he
looks
has a cape and he's magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a fucking wizard then.
Yeah. Sorcerer.
Is that our criteria for a wizard?
Just
Yeah,
about.
sure, I'm sure.
He's the devil.
Did he have a fiddle battle?
No, but
That's not the devil then.
he couldn't cross over at church grounds, and he made deals with kids or he made deals for souls. That's not death. That's
I'm
the
gonna say
devil.
that sounds like a,
Death doesn't
a
make-
pedophile.
I didn't see any candy. Oh no, he did bring them candy.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
did bring him.
The
yeah,
candy
he brought
skulls.
Him. Yeah,
They made
He's
a
definitely a
really
wizard.
big deal about them eating
He's
it. too.
definitely a wizard.
Definitely a wizard.
Definitely
Yeah.
a wizard.
He's something. I
What's the
don't know.
difference
What he
between
is.
a wizard and a warlock?
I don't know.
What's the difference between a wizard, a warlock, and
Oh,
a
Lord.
sorcerer?
I'm talking to you occult people.
That's-
I think it might be levels
that's-
of power. I guess.
No, it's arbitrary. Don't worry about it. It's just
Okay.
a warlock is really so the word warlock came from stuff that means like traitor.
Right.
You know
it's-
what I mean?
It's
So it's-
motivation.
yeah.
The difference between wizard and warlock is
Yeah.
motivation.
So
Oh,
and then it bled into the occult and
So
started
then
being-
Wizards are
Sorcerer?
for knowledge. Warlocks are for like
Sorcerer is just
Manipulation
anyone who
and,
really
power. And
Yeah.
so on
uses
and so forth.
magic or anything like that or practices any kind of magic. It's the same thing with sorceress, just in a female.
So yeah. So the statement is like every warlock is a wizard, but not every wizard is a warlock.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, there's your lesson.
So he's a fucking
Yeah.
wizard.
Actually, I'd say he's
I think
closer to a warlock.
Actually, might be yeah, just about.
by those.
I think he's the Grim Reaper. I, mean,
I
that's what
think
would
he's the devil.
the-
Yeah, I think.
well, he's only the Grim Reaper comes around at Halloween time.
Because he's the devil.
Well, it's the
True.
Day of the Dead.
yeah.
But the
Actually,
Grim
that
Reaper
is-
doesn't make deals. He doesn't bargain.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, sometimes there are like the like play chess with me and maybe you'll get to live longer and stuff
Yeah, I
like
remember
that.
that from
There's some.
media.
Yeah, but even that's
Volunteer.
even that's an unwinnable game. You lose. That's the
Right.
whole point. Is
Well, they
you
all
play the
lost
game.
at the end of that. I mean,
Bill and Ted beat death.
Bingo.
If I could chuck this microphone.
That just
So I'll tell you the real reason why I think
checkmate Earth.
he's more death is just because it's more in theme with.
Then why can't he cross church grounds?
I don't know.
Because he's the devil.
Well, I don't know.
Well, can death go on church grounds?
Yes, people die in church all the time.
Also,
Why wouldn't the devil? Why
But
wouldn't
then
the
he
devil
ended
be
up
able to go
going-
on
Because
church
hollow
ground?
ground.
Then he ended up getting
Yeah.
to the
People can't
top of
cross
it,
hollow
though.
ground.
I think they were just
but
playing around with his demeanor, like, oh, there's something up with this guy, you know. Oh, nope, the kids have to go get him.
But-
Pursue your friend.
yeah, like wizards or like wizards, warlocks, witches, sorcerers, anything that's evil can't cross through hallowed or holy ground.
Yeah, I mean, we see it happen in Hocus Pocus,
Yeah, but then
which
he was
missed
also in a cemetery.
Cultober also.
Yeah, I did miss Cultober.
Well, that's not a cemetery. Is not by definition holy ground.
It's hollowed ground.
Hollowed ground.
Whatever. It's still not.
There's two different grounds. It's hollowed and holy. So a church cemetery.
Well, so
is
he
like
can
the
cross
all-
hollowed ground, but he can't cross holy.
No,
That
he
speaks to
can't
the devil.
cross hollowed ground either.
No, holy ground is a church. The hollowed ground would be a cemetery. He can go into the cemetery, so he can't go into a church. So it's got nothing to do with.
I
being,
didn't see him in a cemetery the whole time.
They flew over it.
They flew.
They flew over
Yeah, but
it,
he
but
couldn't
they
even
didn't go in.
cross.
He didn't
like
fly
he
over
couldn't
it.
fly up to get Pip from the church.
Yeah, he wasn't even
It's got-
avoiding the shadow. Well, let's
Yeah,
get
so-
into it, Tyler. Tyler, start running us through the
We're
film.
gonna fight over
wait.
Halloween tree.
So this
goddamn
is-
it, let's do it.
So this movie like kicks off immediately. So it's Halloween. Now the book, I listened to a little bit of the audiobook on it. And man, that book like really hypes up Pip, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
he's
Almost
like, what
uncomfortably
is
so.
the line? It's like
Yeah.
he's the greatest boy. Basically, he's the greatest boy that ever lived.
Yeah,
think
it's something
it's
like
on
that.
the-
I think it's like chapter 2 or 3 there.
Yeah, it's something
Like
here.
world, like
That'll be
the
another
like
hand.
Yeah.
bottle pops fizzed and blew over when he was born.
Yeah,
like,
so basically Pip, yeah, it's crazy. It's like
He
the way they hype him up is like he's the greatest kid
to have ever lived.
to have ever lived.
Yep, Joe Pipkin was the greatest boy who ever lived.
That's it.
Go on.
Oh yeah, there's more. Okay,
The
the
orange
greatest,
We'll let you know
the
when to stop.
grandest boy who ever fell out of a tree and laughed at the joke. The finest boy who ever raced around the track, winning, and then seeing his friends a mile back somewhere, stumbled and fell, waiting for them to catch up,
He's
and joined.
He's a goddamn Gary Stew.
Gary Stew. Yeah, he is a Gary Stew, isn't he? It goes on. There's like at least
How many pages you think are talking about Pip?
That whole chapter
Three-
talks about.
Is
like,
it a whole chapter?
That
It's like
whole
three, it's like
chapter.
3
Was that
pages worth
chapter
of.
written by
Quirky.
Pip?
It's 3 pages of telling you how good Pip is.
Pip is Ray Bradbury. This is his vanity project.
Yeah.
He wrote. Like,
there's like just about all of the paragraphs for the next couple of pages start with his name.
Yeah.
So they really
and,
just
the,
cut
and, the,
out.
and the last line of the book is like, and Pip was me. That's how it is.
And then Pip grew up to change his name to Ray, and he
Yeah.
wrote all these books.
And he was the greatest author to have ever lived.
So they definitely lightened up on that in the film. I guess.
yeah,
You would
yeah.
have to. You
Yeah.
would have to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like-
'cause we also read the books a little bit. I listened to a little bit of the audiobook.
I listened. I mean, I watched. I mean, damn it, I read
There you go.
the first several
You
chapters.
know the
of
guy
book.
voice was Spock?
Whoa,
Leonard
that's great. Whoa,
Eric, does that tell you how long it's been since you've read something?
I know. Yeah, seriously. No, most of my
Yeah.
book consumption is done via
Audio.
ear anymore.
Yeah, because reading's for nerds.
Yeah.
All right.
But the prose in this are
Me
pretty
and
good.
Bailey still read.
I was pretty impressed by the book, to be honest. Like, I really liked
It's
the
really-
prose sentence structure and stuff.
And the book itself is kind of whimsically written.
Yes.
It was kept like because of the detail they go into and like the analogies and the symbolism.
Yeah, the iconography. Like they started off by like when they're first describing the town and stuff, and they're talking about all the kids getting ready for Halloween, and it's like, okay, they got into the chests were disemboweled so that they could get their costumes and stuff together. Like they just the word choices.
It was very
chef's
good.
kiss.
Now there are some run on parts for me. There was like parts where I was like, okay, especially with Pip. Where I'm like, I get it. Pip is a grade A
boss.
boy.
Yeah,
Like
Right.
that was the only part to me where I was like, what the fuck is
I
going
know.
on here?
Like it made me wonder if he's like a Christ allegory or something
Oh,
like that
whoa.
because of how well
They
how
did,
heavy-handed
listen,
it is on him, you know.
They blew him pretty hard in this
Yeah.
book. I mean,
You give Eric an inch to make some to dig a little bit. He'll pull a mile out of it.
listen,
This
I
kid
don't-
is now Christ.
he rose from the dead for God's
damn it.
sakes. And in fact, Pip is better than Christ because he did it in one night, whereas God took 3.
So you get for being the best boy ever.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and the soda's exploding. That's of course an allegory for his blood being.
Yes,
every
exactly.
bottle top-
You're getting it. You're getting it.
Every
It was
bottle.
orange soda too, and it makes sense because he's a ginger.
Yep. Then gingers bleed orange.
Well, gingers don't have souls. Though.
Yeah. So
Apparently, we
that
do,
is
but
a
they
plot
rest
hole.
inside of pumpkins. So bite my dick.
Yep.
We have souls. God damn it!
barely.
So
Hey, it still counts.
So yeah, so it's like it's like a very whimsical, like small town Halloween. Like it's fall. It's based like every like Halloween painting you've ever seen. Like
it's what
like,
every kid wishes Halloween
it's
was.
yeah,
like.
exactly. It's what every kid wished Halloween was.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's just at the edge of dusk, and like you know, there's leaves in the air, and there's just this beautiful like.
Probably rained that morning. but
Probably
not for
rained
the
that
rest of the
morning,
day.
Yeah.
It's just like perfect. Like that's really what makes this movie so good. It's
Full
like
moon.
it really just sets you in the mood for Halloween. Like
yeah.
Which, by the way, we won't have another full moon in Halloween for 200 years.
No
Damn,
way.
Jesus.
He ain't
Damn.
blessed in those crystals anymore.
yep. Wah, wah. But the kids we meet all of our kids who are a lot different than the ones in the book. There's less of them. In the book
Yeah.
there are what, 8?
There
There
are
are 8 plus
kids
Pip.
Plus Pip. Yep.
And this they whittle it down to 4.
Yeah.
So we have a witch, a
Which is
skeleton.
female in this.
Yeah.
Yep, female. So it's a wizard in the
No, it's a witch.
He's still a witch.
He's
still
but
a witch,
all
but-
of them are boys.
Like the
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my god, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it goes out of its way. The book even says the one thing that this town had abundance of was boys.
Oh, nice.
Like so, it goes out of its way to be like there
So
are
they-
no girls here.
So they added what's her name? Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny, who
From
we
the block.
kind of like find we find out kind of has like a thing for Pip. It seems like
No,
Apparently.
she has a
Yeah.
thing for
Tom.
Oh,
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah,
And Pip knew it and was just like,
He's
you
like,
don't
you-
want him to see you cry, do you?
Every Jenny's a hoe.
yep.
I've never met a Jenny that I liked. I'm just saying. Sorry if your name's Jenny. Go by Jennifer.
Well,
Yeah,
Jenny's
that's
didn't
fine.
like Bailey's either. So it
That's
works
fucking
out.
fine.
It's mutual.
That's fucking fine, man. We got our own hoe and shit we got going on, but except for me, because I put the hoe in home.
I turned her honest.
Backpedal.
Anyway, moving on.
So we
So-
meet with the witch first, right? Like we hear her rustling around in the basement there, and
Yeah.
yes.
it's like, "What are you doing down there, Jenny?" We get her name right off the
Yep.
bat.
Mhm.
I really like
Yeah.
that part.
Do you remember it?
Not
No.
at all.
Yeah.
What was interesting though was we met her with her witch mask on, which
Yeah.
for a second looked like that was just going to be her character, and I was like, "Why are we starting out with the witch?" And then I realized that was not.
Which witch is which?
Stop
Actually,
it.
would have been kind of cool if they left their masks on the whole.
I thought that's what they were going to do. I would
I
have
would
liked
have.
that.
I think
yeah.
I would have.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I
That would have
would've
been
done
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But something we get from these kids because she's like getting ready. She's like, "Man, Pip's gonna love this."
Yeah.
She takes off.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then we go over.
You know, one thing they did that I actually thought was kind of clever. They never stated it, but it just kind of was. She took her broom and she shoved it into her bike, so it was like a long. So when she straddled her bike, it was. If you
Yeah.
looked at it from the side, it looked like she was
Looked like she was
It's-
riding the
That's cool.
broom.
It's
Yeah.
really cool.
That was very clever.
I liked that too. Yeah.
and then we go to the
think it's the mummy. Yeah.
He's like, "Sorry, Dad, for using all your gauze." I guess he's
Yeah.
like,
And his dad's like, "Well, I hope nobody gets injured tonight." I'm like, "What? Are those all you have in the town? Where's your CVS? Where's your Walgreens? Are you the doctor?" Oh
And
shit!
the animation with his dad is the only one I had a problem with. His dad, the
Was
model
old
they
young?
did for his dad is like a young kid. They just put like some crow's feet on it. It looked really weird.
Yeah,
With
just
gray
crow's feet,
hair.
gray hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, he looked like a tall child.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
then he's like, I think he looked at the time. He's like, "Oh man, Pip's gonna kill me." He takes off because
Yeah, which is not very
Yeah.
Pip-like.
no.
No.
Pip saves; he doesn't kill.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
All hail Pip.
Think the monster next, the gargoyle.
No,
Yeah.
I think next it was the
so
skeleton.
they start. Yeah, so it's like a weird mash between
I
a
was-
gargoyle and Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Right.
I thought he
But I
started
think
as
they
a
do the
werewolf.
skeleton and then
That's
they
what I
do the
thought.
gargoyle.
So he
thing.
looks like a werewolf, but if you pay close attention to his mask, it's got ram horns.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. He's
So-
just like generic monster,
Monster.
more or less.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
But
he's getting ready.
We introduced the kids in a weird order because, like, the skeleton, you know what
Skeleton's first
Skeleton-
in the book.
Mhm.
I mean? He is. Yeah. Andy's more of the main. Well, he's
He
just
is-
as much of the main character,
Yeah,
but
he takes the right slot.
I didn't understand the order that they were introducing these kids in at all because it didn't seem to correlate to like either the visits that they did or their importance as characters.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of arbitrary, wasn't
It
it?
was.
No, so they introduced the skeleton last, right?
I think he was before the monster. I think he was the third one we.
Are you
Where
No,
should
the
we-
skeleton was last.
I think he
Tom
was
was
I think
last.
I think it would have felt right for him to do that. I'm pretty sure because it struck me as odd.
Okay.
You know, it's like I would have introduced him
'Cause-
last. That's the
Yeah,
only reason I'm.
because other than that, I get the order. Like the girl is a changed character, right? So you introduce the change first to give
Yeah.
the audience the most time to get used to it, even
Right.
though it's like how much of a problem is it actually going to cause. Still structurally it makes sense, and then you end with the skeleton.
Yeah, which is that's what I think
So,
felt
so
right.
you have to go back-
you read the whole book though, right?
No,
no.
Okay. Did anyone read the whole book?
no, we didn't have time.
I didn't get the book from you.
Damn.
Oh, we forgot to return it to you.
We never finished it.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't want that. You guys. I bought the audiobook on Audible. I thought
See,
Mike would watch it. Because
I was gonna do that, and it just.
there's a big part of the story that I wonder if it's in the books or not.
What's that?
The revelation at the end that we'll get to.
Oh yeah.
I really wish we knew if that was. So yeah, so they race to Pip's house. We find out that Pip is apparently dying of what is he's got?
Appendicitis.
AIDS. That's why I mean honestly
Well,
a
we
lot of
don't-
different things.
We don't know that till
Damn,
the
just go to the
end,
hospital.
really.
No,
because
at
there's
the
the note on
top
the door.
it says there's a note
Oh,
on the
yeah,
door.
it did
Something
say
about
that.
appendicitis.
they pull up to his house and he's
What
being
year is
fucking
this?
carted out into an ambulance.
Book.
What year is this? He's dying of appendicitis.
Hers is
You
just
can
go to the hospital.
I think Urs is just asking. He's lost.
I mean, if it explodes,
Yeah, if it explodes.
ruptures.
But the
What
way
year
they
was
did it, it kind of would have made more sense for it to be like them to just say like it wasn't anything.
Stomach cancer.
So it was witch, mummy, beast, skeleton.
It
Yeah.
was okay. Well, good. At least it made sense. I'm glad to be wrong there.
Yeah.
So why did it make sense? I missed why it made sense. Then.
I thought they did the skeleton at a different
Oh,
point.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just I'm like kind of skipping through to take a look there.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So because they changed the kids from 4 to 8,
Okay.
one of the things in the book, it makes more sense that each one of them give a year because 8 of them give 1 year each. That's the grand sum total of Pip's life.
Oh, okay.
He's 8
Yeah.
years old. They give him 8 years to get him back. So he actually gets what
Ah.
he's owed.
So that's
That
But
does make
because
more
in the
sense.
movie they changed it to 4, it doesn't quite make as much sense.
did the
Yeah.
one thing happen? Or we going to that later?
It does not.
Okay. So we'll talk about that later then. 'Cause that's a weird thing to throw in.
It is a weird thing to just randomly throw in.
So where are we at in the movie right now?
What was the last thing you remember?
Pip got hauled off in an ambulance.
Pip got hauled in the ambulance. They all showed up at the intersection, and they're like, "Where's Pip? He's never fucking late."
Yep.
And so they're like, "Well, let's go check out his house." Which this is the part I don't get. When they get there, like all his decorations are gone, and
Yep.
he's getting
There's
Halloween.
no Halloween
There's none
decorations
set
or
up.
anything set up. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, dude. Do these people only just set up for Halloween,
Well, I
or
mean,
did they take it down because he's sick? All of a sudden, parents are like, "Oh, fuck this."
yeah.
You
Get rid
get
of this
sick.
Halloween nonsense.
I mean, if you have like live gourds
think it's-
and corn stalks and everything that they were talking about, yeah, you would set up probably that week or the second week prior.
Yeah.
And
I think
if
it's
he's
more of a
sick and he's the one that does all of that, it would make sense why it wasn't done.
And then
that's-
how long has it been since they seen their friend?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Well, the weird thing
Yeah.
about I've always found about like movies, like seems like the holidays get set up like that day, then that's like I've
Yeah.
seen that in a few movies, like
I
where it's
get
like
it's-
Christmas
Yeah.
movies.
I
that'll
get
happen,
it's
like-
the symbolism. Like all the
That's what I
decorations
was-
are
yeah.
gone. Something's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's in an ambulance. Bye. And it's like,
Well,
fuck.
that's just his parents' thing, like their first reaction, like Pip's dying, like let's get the decorations down. Like we'll get
This will
decorations.
make him sad.
Yeah.
Thank fuck.
Wait,
I don't have to walk by these goddamn pumpkins anymore.
he gets sick, and they're like, "Oh, you're not getting out helping take down Halloween.
then, well, they don't-
Help us take it down, then we'll call the ambulance."
I mean, you don't want trick or treaters.
You're
sending the
not
wrong
because he's
message.
already a prankster, like because the kids think he's like joking the whole time.
Yeah.
His parents like, "You're not getting out of this one, Pip.
Maybe
Get up and take
He was up there on the ladder pulling the pumpkins down when it
Get up on the ladder. Get up on the ladder and get the lights down. Then, if you're still feeling bad
So
afterwards,
we never
we'll call
see
the
Pip from the
ambulance.
waist down. I wonder if he was paralyzed from falling off the ladder.
Maybe. You know what's weird? We never got like any hospital scenes.
It was too expensive.
Well, you know, I mean, 'cause- I mean, they never never made it to the hospital though, right? Because they
Yeah, I know.
they're
That's
like,
why it sounds weird.
look, there's a sign. Go up to the sign, the note on the door. Just Pip reading it off to him. And the big thing at the end of the note, it's like ready, set, go. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
tell him to go
I-
do Halloween without him.
I like that he was able to get his appendix out and go home in the same night.
I
Right?
noticed
Yeah.
that too.
Seriously.
Is it not an outpatient surgery?
mean,
I don't
you
think so.
stay-
I don't know shit about
No,
burst
they have to
appendix.
knock you out for that.
First of all, he was going in at like 4 o'clock in the evening.
Stay.
5 they were
Yeah.
kids. It was evening time for trick or treat. So
What time does trick or treat start?
starts at like
7?
5 or 6.
And they were late, so it's probably like 5:36 at night.
Yeah,
late.
so like
Yeah.
they rush him into surgery. He's at least getting out like around 11.
Everybody I've known to have appendicitis had to be on fluids for quite some time after having it taken out.
Yeah.
Plus, what fucking hospital do you know that's going to do a discharge at 11 o'clock at night?
Well,
Tell
We
me.
do discharges at 11
if
o'clock.
we, if we go by the book, it was the 70s. They don't know shit. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were doing in the
Could you, like,
70s.
smoke in the hospital back then,
You
like the
could.
doctor
Oh,
comes
yeah.
in, like
It was a
Are you
holiday.
kidding? His doctor was smoking during the surgery. It was a little ash by his liver.
It was a holiday, so people are much less likely to get sick on weekends and holidays, but way more likely to get sick on Mondays.
Yeah, isn't it funny how that happens?
It is kind of weird, isn't it? But it sure would free up hospital staff to care for them.
As someone who has been sick on a Monday, I didn't go to the hospital. You shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not talking about you then, am I?
But then,
We're talking about society at large.
Yes.
so then they're like, I don't know why they're just like, let's go to the hospital. Well, no, they just want to go to the hospital and see him. And
Yep, they were going to take a
fucking
shortcut.
Tom, he's like, let's take the shortcut. I'm like,
Yeah, and then they see Pip running down the path. They're like, oh, fuck, there he is.
Yeah.
I knew he was playing a joke.
Yeah, they all just think this is some big elaborate ruse that he's
This
pulled.
prank, the ambulance, the house, it was
Yeah,
all a
it's all
prank.
It really
the
makes you
thing.
wonder Pip's like reach.
Yeah.
He's just a little Michael. This
Like-
was what Michael was before we met him.
How much
No,
power did Pip
No, Michael's a
family
Michael's a
have?
crying little bitch.
I
for
cried
it.
a lot as a
I can
child.
attest. I know Michael my whole life.
You were a crybaby?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
man,
why you have
cry
no
at the
soul now.
slightest,
Wow.
slightest
Well,
thing. He would.
so
They
was
just
I.
had to take him out in the hall and him crying. No, this isn't even joking.
It was pretty bad as an elementary school. It's pretty bad.
Elementary school, not high school though.
I wouldn't have pegged you.
Elementary.
That's
he
all right,
says.
Michael.
No, I got took out in the hallway in high school, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah.
I got walked away back to classrooms.
Yeah,
I got in trouble in high school.
yeah,
Michael, that's okay.
Didn't you guys go to Western?
yeah.
They fucking spank kids there. I hated
Not
that.
unless your parents said they could. My dad didn't let them. My dad wasn't laying a hand on me.
Yeah, when I was there, my mom said, "No, you're not doing that."
See,
Yeah.
I went there 10 years after all you guys. So, you know,
To Western?
spanking was out of the
You went to
Western?
Western. Are we thinking of the same Western?
High
in
school?
Latham, Ohio.
No.
There was a Western
definitely
middle
not.
school in Chillicothe, and
Oh,
I'm
no,
like, that
what?
ain't fucking
Not
happening
the
to me.
same.
No, this is like
You're one of
some
those
really
inner city
redneck.
schools.
No, you got better education than we did.
Oh.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody who went to a lot of different schools, honestly, like Western was one of the better schools that I went to.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
Nice.
proud of them.
we did all right.
so you
We also
deserve
had
the
longer
spanking.
school days than anyone else in our area.
yeah. Well, if you're popular enough, it didn't really matter.
Yeah. Me and Todd
Oh.
just ran around with
Yeah,
camera.
we ran around, left school whenever we felt like it.
Oh, you guys did the broadcasting get out of class free.
Sure.
we had a camera
I did
we
that
carried
too.
around.
That's a
set.
thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was in broadcasting class.
We didn't
skipped
have a
half the
broadcasting.
fucking day.
We didn't have a broadcasting class. Me and Mike just had a camera.
You made your own broadcasting
Yeah, we just had a
class.
camera. We were broadcasting.
Zane Trace didn't believe in broadcasting class, I don't think.
No one ever asked where these broadcasts we worked on so diligently went, but
No, but I
we
bet
were
if-
broadcasting.
I
Yeah,
bet if you put
that's
an FFA vest on, they would have been like, "Oh, yep, do what you got to do."
Oh, no. There was very little of cutting class, really.
Oh, we'd cut class constantly.
all the time.
I only got there my senior year.
Yeah, all of us senior boys bring in 13 notes written in the same handwriting. It said our student needs to be
Yeah, we-
let out for a doctor's appointment, and they would
We'd
just
have the same 2 or 3 girls just write the notes.
Yeah.
The principal there accused me of forging my mom's signature so I could be out for like deer season or some shit like that.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
man.
He said,
Were
"No,
you a
you're coming
prolific
to
deer
school."
hunter, Ursa?
Oh yeah, I hunted every year.
Oh,
there you
nice.
go.
I love how everything like we just talked about has to deal with Pip fooling these kids.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. So Pip is a little bastard. Apparently, he apparently pulls off a lot of elaborate pranks.
Well, hold on. We skipped the most important. Ursa, did you fake that signature?
No, I didn't.
Oh. Act like, give me that look like that's something you wouldn't do. Like it's so far
Dude, I
beyond your
didn't get in,
personality.
like hardly any
Ursa does
trouble.
not forge documents.
Although I did a few times get in a lot of trouble at school, but it was never shit I did. I was like, just people like these kids said they saw me breaking into like the band room office with a knife, like picking the lock with a knife.
Wow.
No
Are you
fucking
capable of
clue.
picking a lock with the knife?
No, who the fuck can pick a lock with
I
a
don't
knife?
know. I just thought.
Hey, you
Just
stupid
stab
kids,
the
if you're
lock
listening,
till it
fuck you
opens.
guys.
Floor
Don't
was all
fuck with
scratched
Ursa.
up and stuff, and they said it was me doing it. They even brought a person in the office. Like, yeah, that's the dude I saw doing it.
They put you in a fucking lineup and they were like, that's
Wow.
him. That is him, Mr. Principal.
Who's your doppelganger run around school fucking being
They were just
mischievous?
covering for someone else.
Yeah.
I'd cut up the door trying to break into the band room office and steal money. So they were
And
covering
you're the
for
first
them.
one that came. What did you do to these kids?
Nothing. It was my first year there. I'd just
The
been
new
to-
You're the new
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
Well, I hope they're all in prison. Fuck you
Well, they're
guys.
probably all dead. They lived in Pike County or
Yeah, Pike County.
Bainbridge. I mean,
Even
like
better.
heroin
Oh,
hit
that's
that
Ross
place
County.
pretty
Oh
hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Generally,
Yeah.
if you stay where we grew up, you're probably dead by now.
Probably
That's the only reason I have for why we
60% of
have.
them have probably overdosed.
That's the
at
only
least
reasoning I
twice.
have for us not having a 10-year reunion. I don't think there's enough people to do a 10-year reunion. Like there's like 8 of you left.
And the ones that
6 of them are in prison.
the ones that are still there wanting to do, they want to have the reunion at church. I'm like, no.
Oh my God! Yeah, we got an email or we got an invitation for our 10-year, right? Our 10-year or 5-year, or
I
something like
don't
that.
know.
And it was from one of the girls in our school. Her husband was a pastor, and we were going to have our high school reunion at like 3 p.m. on a Sunday.
They were trying
At
to
some-
rope
at
you
some
into
banquet
church.
hall.
Is what they were doing.
Yeah,
They were trying to rope you into church.
Not even trying.
service.
It was 3 p.m. at a banquet hall, and then afterwards we were to go to a special sermon on reunions.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
A sermon on
I
reunion.
wonder how many
Yeah.
people showed up for that.
Subtle.
So they're taking this shortcut through the ravine, and they think they see Pip running.
No, they do see.
They do
They
see
do.
Pip.
They see him. They very blatantly see him. It's
And-
Even though they're like, we can see right through him.
So they
it's a prank.
they take off running down through this ravine,
Yep.
which they ran down, but they made it a big deal for her to ride her bike down. It's like, how are they running down then? If
Yeah.
it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, she's a girl trying to do sporty stuff. How fucking coordinated do you think she
Oh, that's right.
honestly
You
is?
hate strong female roles. We forgot.
It's not that he hates them.
Can't believe a girl
he-
did
He
that.
just doesn't want to see him.
I mean, she went straight down a cliff. Like,
Yeah,
that
I
was
mean-
straight down a cliff. That was crazy.
She does say that she is terrified of heights. So
I
going
guess it was
down
kinda
that was probably like really terrifying for her.
I
So
know,
like
I
to
Yes,
build that
I
up.
don't know. I think she forgot that she was afraid of heights until
She
the
forgot a
plot
few
needed her to
times.
like
She
to
did forget.
remember.
She forgot like 3 times through this movie.
Yeah.
She's afraid
Which-
of heights.
Which, by the way, just word to the wise, if you have to forget that you're afraid of something, you're not really fucking afraid of it. Fucking drop it.
So
Right.
they get through this, and the one kid gets caught by the tree. The tree has fingers.
Oh yeah, it like grabs.
Yeah,
closes
and
Because there's
And
like a
all
bunch of
the-
narration going on.
Yeah, and all the
Yeah.
trees are like, it's really cool. Like the map, because
So
all
there's
the
like a
backgrounds are
Evil Dead
matte
3
paintings.
scene in here?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
just a hint.
So this is the Halloween tree, not Stephen King's Ed.
all the backgrounds like really cool matte paintings.
yeah,
It's the
And-
real old Buena Vista style.
Yeah, and the
Love it.
it's
Oh.
gorgeous.
the
It looks
forest,
like
all the
paintings.
trees are skulls. Like they're all like
Mm.
skulls or like
Well, throughout the whole
jack-o'-lantern
film,
faces.
anytime they had a chance, they're throwing a
Oh,
skull.
anytime there was a
Yeah.
skull.
Well, I mean,
in
it
there.
just was dripping Halloween, right?
Yeah.
From top to bottom.
Yeah.
oozing.
Did you see the full moon? It had a skull face print in it.
Yep.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
Yep.
beautiful.
And what I liked about that forest scene is it kind of reminded me of like, so they're running through this forest to go to their friend's house, and their clothes and stuff get caught on branches. But to the kids, because it's Halloween, it looks like they're reaching out and grabbing.
Yeah, they're just all
Holding
terrified.
on.
It's kind of the
the
kids'
claws.
imagination.
Yeah,
It's kind of like that Winnie the Pooh.
Here you go, Eric. What if the whole thing's an allegory? They're actually sitting in the waiting room at the hospital reading National Geographic about all these specials.
oh yeah, and like kind of trying
Don't
to.
give him any more.
no, that's great.
He
I
already
can't-
made Pip Jesus Christ. Don't do that. So they get through this ravine woods area, and they see this big giant haunted house, and they're like,
Looks like
"See,
it's made out of black marble.
yeah," and they're like,
Yep.
"Pip, see, Pip's fucking with us. He brought us here."
Yep.
The tree, the trees, the house, the whole thing.
The
It's a prank, and we're like,
ambulance,
once
yeah.
again,
everything. This kid is fucking Ashton Kutcher level prankster.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You've been punked.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
Whoa,
He's
Jesus.
gonna bust out of that. But
That was a whole other memory I forgot that I had. Wow.
So they run up to the house, and it's big, scary, and then
We meet the owner.
the steps are all weird. They have the weird run up the steps, the whole ready, set, go, which is the whole theme of the movie.
yep.
And they get
Which
up
this
there.
movie is like race. Like this movie is like a whiplash. They
Oh
just-
yeah.
They go in and out of time periods like crazy. Just fucking.
And they get up and they have the big Bob Marley knock, which breaks all the steps
It's
and
Jacob?
the pole.
You mean
Bob
Jacob
Marley. Yeah, Jacob
Marley?
Marley.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Marley?
Yeah.
It's more fun to call
Wait,
Bob
that
Marley.
is not right.
So,
The Marley knocker.
The
Yeah.
Marley knocker.
yeah, so they go up on the porch and they
Smells
find
like weed and
There's
goes.
some reggae playing
That's
when
what I
they
was
start
wondering.
knocking.
I was like, what the fuck? is that?
See, I made this more interesting for Ursa at least.
He's our.
He's like, hold on, maybe
Well,
we
now
should
you know
watch
our
this again,
listeners are
guys.
confused.
it's like this Bob Marley.
Ursa's like, maybe I haven't seen this.
I thought maybe there was like a knocker that looked like Bob Marley. I'm like, how does
I
that
mean,
even
I'm
fit
sure.
in?
No,
I'm
it,
sure
was,
it's
it was
out
it was the like it was the wizard's face.
Yeah, so
But-
it's called a Marley knocker from because they
Jacob Marley.
Yeah,
Jacob Marley and
from Scrooge.
from Christmas
Christmas
Carol,
Carol.
Duck.
because basically in a nutshell, this movie is the Halloween version of A Christmas Carol,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and it boils down to that here in the next segment. So when they hit the knocker, all the stairs on the house like just crumble because like apparently the house is like 2 stories up, right? Like it's like a big height.
Yeah.
all the way to it.
It's
All those
probably
stairs
got a
up.
third story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
actually.
Well, I mean, no, like
But
the
just to
stairs
get
from
to
the
the
ground.
front
to the
door.
porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a huge distance up there. So they get up to it, they hit the knocker, the whole staircase crumbles.
Yeah, it has a sweeping porch staircase.
Yeah.
For God's sakes.
They go into the house, and
Well,
this
they
is
get
where,
swept into the
Get
house
swept
by the
in the
wind.
house, yeah.
Yeah.
Big wind coming. There's like that'd be terrifying. Get ripped into the
oh
house.
yeah,
that
there's
way.
one,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all just a prank. And
Yeah,
then
just a prank. Just a
It's a
prank.
prank, bro.
ah, damn, he's getting us good. Then this is where we meet our first appearance of Mound Shroud, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He calls himself Clavicle first.
Clavicle,
But
but
the
carapace, mound shroud.
Yeah.
Carapace,
Yep.
clavicle, mount shroud.
So what's a
Carapace,
clavicle?
mount.
I can't remember what a
It's
clavicle is.
the
Collarbone.
bone at the bottom of your neck, your collarbone. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you,
What's a
Ursa.
carapace?
And what's a carapace?
I don't know.
It's like
Carapace.
a bug body, isn't it?
A carapace is a hard shell around the body, I think.
Hard shell around the body.
Hard shell bone. What's a mount shroud?
Mound
A
shroud.
mound shroud is like the blanket of flowers they put over a grave.
Yeah, because like shroud and mound are associated with the grave site. Yeah.
Okay, so they meet the wizard, and he's giving them shit because they don't know why they're dressed that
Hard
way.
Yeah.
upper shell of a turtle, crustacean, or arachnid.
Huh.
Carapace.
Arachnid.
he's
So
a-
yeah, he's giving them shit. It's like, do you know why you're a mummy? You know why you're a skeleton? And they're
Do
just
you know
like,
why
"The
you're a
fuck?
monster?
I didn't
yeah.
come in here to get quizzed, old man. Like,
Yeah, they're like, we're just trying to find our friend, and he's like, you don't know anything.
Something regarded as protective or defensive.
Mm.
What? The carapace.
Carapace. So if
You're protecting your neck.
well,
From-
so it could be like that's the shell that he's inhabiting
Oh yeah,
because he's the devil.
and or death.
No,
or just some kind of warlock guy that steals souls.
no, because he can't cross church.
Well, I mean, there is.
Is there anything
all,
supernatural like this guy?
Yes, there is. There are all kinds of lore and mythology
I meant
all
the show
around the
Supernatural.
world.
The show Supernatural.
That's also. It's like, is
The
there?
devil in Supernatural could go into a church.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, but that's because they kept the idea that he's an angel, not a
Right.
demon.
Yeah.
But no, there's stories out there that are just particular to children, like beings and entities that just want to take children's souls. So I mean, it
Just a
makes
generally
sense with
bad
the
guy.
movie.
So they're in there. This guy's getting him shit, and then Pip was hiding in a chair somehow as a ghost,
Yeah.
and then the beast knocks it over, and it's revealed like Pip's a ghost, and
Yeah.
he takes off
And
running.
he runs.
Mount Shroud's yelling at him. They're like, "Hey, come back!"
Yeah.
He runs out back, and we get to see the giant.
Halloween tree.
Oh, that tree was gorgeous.
That probably was the best artwork of the
yeah.
film.
Just
The
that
Halloween
first
tree.
shot of it.
Which I mean,
It's
it
beautiful.
better be.
yeah. Seriously. Just
It's kind of like
Massive.
your money shot, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
kind of like the Halloween tree movie. Like that's your money shot right there.
just a massive, thick, twisted, ancient tree that goes up, and all those just full of jack-o'-lanterns.
Pumpkins, but
Yeah.
weren't mere pumpkins. They each had their own face,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Individual faces. Yep.
and
Yep.
each nose got a stranger as you look. Whatever, just a bunch of shit. About
Bunch
these
of poetic shit in there.
So
Yeah.
then we see Pipkin run out as a ghost.
Yep.
And everyone's like Pipkin, and he starts running up the tree.
Yeah, and he's climbing the tree, and they're watching for a while. They kind of this part felt a little anime to me, where they're all just watching, like, "Whoa, Pip, what are you?" Whoa. Nobody's moving, and he's just climbing all the fucking way up to the top. And then he gets up there, and everyone's like suddenly able to move again.
Yeah, because he gets up there, he basically gets to the pumpkin that looks like him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he grabs that shit
That,
off.
that
there.
was the weird thing too, is like all the other pumpkins were just like generic jack-o'-lanterns, but they're all supposed to have souls in them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But his the only like custom like jack-o'-lantern. Like I only looked like him. Like, do all the other people look like just jack-o'-lanterns?
Yeah.
Well,
Is that what we turn into?
I think for the sake of it, they just didn't put that much detail.
Yeah.
But what's crazier because they were like turning on as he was passing them.
I thought
Yeah,
that
I
was
loved
cool.
that.
So
Yeah, they were like lighting up.
yeah, to me
along
it's
the way.
like they're like saying, "Take me, please help, take me."
Oh.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Because there was something else. What other movie kind of played on something like that? It was like, "Take me, help me." There's another movie that played on something like that.
The first live action Scooby-Doo movie
Was that it?
where they're
I
like
hope that's
digging
not one.
souls out of the pool of souls and all the other
That's
souls.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's not exactly what I was looking for, but yeah, they
Yeah, I
did
was
it there.
It works.
It's not what I was after. But he gets his pumpkin, looks like himself, and then he falls down into the big leaves and all that, and he gets swept away into the wind, and he's gone.
He's off on a 4,000-year journey.
Yeah, that is what Mound Shroud said. And they're like, "Can we go get him?" He's like, because he's running out of time. It was kind of like Mound Shroud just going to chalk it up as a loss, essentially.
Yeah.
So it felt like
Mhm.
he's like, well,
For a minute. I mean, yeah. But
yeah,
then
he was
really
really like, "Oh, this is against our my schedule or whatever."
and
But
so-
then, we have a time for dawn. I guess we could do this. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah,
he's like, yeah, if you kids are going to help, sure.
Yeah,
like,
the kids offer to help him, and he starts putting this plan together. The part that I found interesting was it what he called the undiscovered land?
Yeah.
Undiscovered country.
Yeah, that was something that really piqued my interest when he's talking about that. The undiscovered country.
Well, that's afterlife.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That's fair. So then the kids agree that they'll go help him find him. And so they go over to the barn to build this kite.
Yeah, out of old circus posters of all the animals and stuff. It comes together. I liked the way that all the different animal parts kind of matched up on the kite.
Yeah.
Were like snarling and gnashing their teeth and stuff.
the eyes.
And after it's
Yeah.
all together, because it's all getting put together with magic, right?
Yep.
This warlock. And he gets it, he has it roped up, he has it flying, but it can't fly straight. And Tom, being the leader that he wanted to be,
Yeah. Oh God.
it just grabs onto the tail. It's like- that just, does it say that in the book? I know we're not there yet,
I
but
haven't got to that part in the book. I don't know.
I couldn't find it.
because that's anyway. So Tom grabs on, the other three kids grab on. They create the tail for the kite, and then it starts taking off flying.
Yep.
And then that's when the witch girl remembers that she is afraid of heights.
Yes.
Yep.
So she starts doing the double math game in her head.
Yeah.
2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. 8 16. 6. What is
Yeah.
3 is 2.
I don't know.
She
After
got
16,
all the way up
I'm
past
lost.
1,000.
She got up to like 55,000 or some shit.
Jesus.
I think, yeah. It was pretty high up there. Like
Quite
she'd been
witty
going
of
for-
her. Clever. Smart. Fit,
She's a
fit
girl.
the theme.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that implies.
We're
Well, she
supposed
was
to be
a-
good at math.
Remember how they were talking about witches? They were supposed to be.
Oh,
the-
all smart people.
So
yeah,
kinda-
smart people are witches.
Smart people
and
are witches.
They get murdered.
So we get ripped 4,000 years into the past, and we ended up in the Egyptian pyramids.
Yes.
That's the one thing I can say I had a problem with, like the movie. A beautiful imagery, great story. Man, they just like hop in and out of these like little segments, like bam, bam. Like I feel like this movie could have used, because 70 minutes. I feel like a 90-minute runtime,
Yeah.
because it seems like some of these little little ventures into these time periods are just kind of just rushed. I don't know. It's like,
Well, that was the thing. It was aired on TV, so I wonder if there's even like just a 60-minute version of it or something.
Oh.
Like if into an hour time slot somewhere.
well, see, yeah, that wouldn't even, because they still have to have time for advertising. So I mean,
Yeah,
was
so I
this
don't know.
this must have been like a 90-minute block.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
yeah.
Which would
yeah.
make it an hour. Yeah.
But you had to allow for the
With
commercial time.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
most 90 minutes will give you a 2-hour block, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. I would have liked to have seen more, especially if they're taking the time to like go back in time and really relate to like all
Yeah.
these kids' costumes.
because I feel like that witch segment was very quick.
Yeah.
I felt like that with the cathedral.
Yeah, the
I-
cathedral
we
was
didn't talk
weird.
about
Cathedral
time
really
there.
didn't even get into any more, it felt like.
Isla
Hardly.
Day, wait, was it the Day of the Dead,
Yeah.
the Mexican Day of the Dead one? I felt was decent. They kind of spent a little bit of time there, but yeah, like some of the segments were just like rushed. I feel like Egypt and Mexico, they kind of lingered in a minute, and like you kind of got an idea of what that was about.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
other two were just kind of like zipped right through.
Yeah, because in Egypt they have like all the food laying out for all the dead ghosts running around to eat the food, and that's where they see Pipkin. He just runs into a house,
Yep.
and then they go in there with him. They get offered to sit down for dinner.
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So he did. The tail thing went just as you saw,
Okay.
and we all owe Ursa an apology.
Oh.
Because if you look at this picture here, in the bottom corner, you will see Mr. Moundshroud, and he is wearing a hat.
He is a
It is a
wizard.
particular type of hat that suggests a particular costume that Ursa was talking about.
That there does look like a wizard
Well, I
hat.
definitely didn't read the book. So.
I know you didn't. However,
You could just feel it, wizard.
You used
wizard.
You used your wizard powers.
He's got the wizard hat on. So
Yeah.
there you go.
But
There we go.
I will say with all this like time hoppy and nation or different culture hopping stuff, I could see this being a big budget like movie they'd reboot.
It would be cool to see that.
That's very much like what people like in these modern movies is like all the
They'd probably make it all
globe
8
hopping
kids.
shit.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know how long the movie would be being all
But
8 kids.
here's the
but-
problem. I don't trust modern day
2
shit.
seasons, 11
Anything.
episodes.
2 seasons, 11 episodes, yeah.
That's if Netflix
Darker, grittier, sex and drug abuse every
They're
step of the
8.
way.
they're going to bump
Kid-
them up to 17,
Yeah,
18.
yeah, but
Yeah,
17,
yeah.
18, they're
Now
all
they're high
hot. They're all
schoolers.
hot
Yeah.
students with fucking leather cat suits and zombies with their abs out. I mean, that's what it is. That's what they'll do it. The Rock is for some reason the Mound Shroud now.
Who plays
Giving him
Tom?
the eyebrow.
Zac Efron is Tom.
Zac
Wow.
Efron. Who's Pip?
Pip. Oh, geez.
Could be the
Pip
best
is a
of-
gender neutral they them
Yep.
named P.
Name P. Yep. P.
Is that PE or PI?
P.
Just the letter P.
The letter P.
Oh, the letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
That's it.
Nope. P.
All right.
Man,
so
we should reboot it. We got some pretty good ideas. We got a hit on our
They,
hands.
they have they have Halloween in Bulgaria,
we
right?
got a, oh hell yeah!
we can work for big Hollywood.
That's where
guys.
that new Monsters movie shot. You know that?
So is I'm trying to
Bulgaria.
think of, I think
Monsters movie shot in Bulgaria. That's where they shot the
I saw
monsters.
another movie was
Wow.
being shot in Bulgaria.
It's actually a pretty good place to shoot.
Cheap.
It's cheap,
Just
cheap,
carry around-
cheap, inviting,
carry dog
warm,
treats.
home,
I was going to say
homely. It's very
a
homely
place
there.
with rabid dogs that might eat you if you don't have food.
You
for
just
them
have to
doesn't sound
budget
like a
in the
good
dog
place.
treats.
Yeah,
Just
you budget
budget
the
in
dog
dog
treats.
Lots of beige.
Lots of
It's
beige.
an age.
So they go into this house and
Speaking of
they
beige,
get
yes,
invited
back
for
to Egypt.
dinner, and
Back to you,
they're
Mike.
they're passing around this soup thing, and
That
everyone's
nobody
like,
likes.
Yeah.
And the beast guy tries to hand it to the dead guy,
Yep.
and
Yep.
we find out it's like the family's like grandpa or something.
Great grandfather.
Great grandfather. He's been dead for 60 years or something.
64.
64 years.
Yeah, and we just bring him out once a year for dinner. Like, and we
that
hear
was a
him-
thing.
yeah,
Yep.
That
Man.
was done in many
because
cultures.
they show the
Wow.
corner and they have like him out of his sarcophagus and all that.
So-
Oh yeah, that's
although-
pretty metal.
I have to say, I've never heard of them actually bringing the body back out before.
So
like
that was
sharing
a-
the food and stuff sounded familiar.
that was really
What was
different.
weird though is that you could hear it breathing, kind
Yeah.
of. Because every time it showed the dead guys, like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know, which was interesting. But you could also see like outside all the ghosts of, the dead people like going around because they had left stuff out on their doors too as
Yeah.
food for them. It's pretty cool. Like that's a neat tie into Trick or Treat, I thought.
It is. Like this
Yeah.
movie does really. I mean, it's a great movie to like get all this stuff. I mean, it's awesome. I think that as far as because there's a lot of things like that. The getting treats and
Yeah.
the costumes. Like I think this is a really cool movie to show like where all that stuff
Yeah.
comes
To
from.
at least get kids started on that journey of like,
Yeah, it gets them to ask the right questions.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a lot of historical cues to it too, because like setting a plate for like a deceased family member, like I do that on Samhain. Like I set out a plate for my ancestors, and it's like a full-fledged like plate and everything. And
What do you do with the food when you're done?
it's an empty plate. There's no food on it. Yeah, it's
But
the
if you
symbolism
were, you would throw it out into like the yard or the woods or something like
as
that.
an
or bury it.
offering
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Okay.
When you're done with
I
it.
just pour one out for the homies.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
same concept. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not that
expensive.
wasteful. I don't do that.
I'll just eat it later. And then like I've seen some cultures and like they'll like bring their dead up. Like I don't think they actually brought it in their house. Maybe some of them did, maybe some of them didn't. I don't know. But I've seen where like they've brought their dead back up and they've like left them like in their coffin or casket or whatever the fuck it is, and just placed flowers and treats and new photos of like the newborns and the newlyweds of that year and everything. So like there's a lot to be spoken for of on especially like with the Day of the Dead, and even some with the Egyptian culture of bringing the dead back up to be a part of the living. So that was really cool. I thought that was a cool touch.
And if you're still awake, audience, thanks for joining us.
That was your little history from Bailey.
Your Bailey talk.
Yep.
Ursa, you're the audience. Are you still awake?
No.
Oh,
See what you did to the audience?
we're gonna have to cut that
they
part
learned
out.
something new today.
Not if they're sleeping.
Yep.
So then
Facts.
they see Pip in the house. He runs out. And then they chase after him. They go into the pyramids.
Yep.
And the mummy guy for some reason knows to talk to the statue thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
it does like bleh, and sand falls out of its mouth. He's like, did Pip go in there? And then it says yes. He's like, shit. And then the cloth comes out and he's about to pick it up, but then it just rips up and snatches him.
Yep.
And starts pulling him through the pyramid, and the kids are running after him.
And he's getting kind of Scooby-Doo pulled by this zombie bandage cloth thing all the way through the tomb until it gets to...
We get all the way to where Mount Shroud is now a mummy inside a sarcophagus.
Yeah. I did think that was kind of neat how he kept popping up like as a character of the time.
Yeah, he kept inserting himself into the
actual world. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's kind of like educating them in a way. Like,
Yeah.
like he did
Like
this
I
as a
said,
mission
yeah.
to teach him. So he's
That's
not
why it was so hard for me to for it to stick that he was a villain.
That is a thing too.
Yeah.
It does seem like he is like kind of like leading them through this. Like it's a weird thing where he is the villain, but he's like trying to educate these kids on.
Yeah, but it's because he dislikes ignorance. Like at the beginning, he's like, "Do you even know why you're dressed up as that?" When they couldn't answer, he's like,
Right.
It wasn't
Right.
because he was very fond of them or because he liked them.
True.
Right.
He just hated
no.
how stupid they were.
can't relate. So then he's like, they're going to go, because for some reason it always ends up with Pip being like almost dying or
so
stuck.
they each have to kind of face death in a way for Pip each time. You know what I
they're
mean?
sometimes facing even though sometimes they say facing death while directly looking away from it.
Right, yeah, with their eyes tightly shut.
Thanks, fearless leader.
Yeah. So that was the mummy guy's like test there because
he's like at
Pip
the
was trapped in a sarcophagus.
Yeah, he's like talking to him. He's like, "You can't die, Pip. You're the only one that didn't make fun of me for wearing glasses."
Oh, I wonder if this was them talking to him in the hospital bed before he woke up.
See what you did?
Wow.
Well,
You
it
see
makes
what you
sense,
did?
doesn't it?
It really does.
No.
Wow.
God damn it.
I'll be darned. Cool.
They're
Neat.
talking to Jesus Christ in the hospital. God,
Themes. There we go. Boom. Love
Jesus
it.
never made it to the hospital.
In his tomb.
In his tomb. Oh yeah, it could be his grave too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean,
We
he's
do
got
anything to get him back. Oh, he's always with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's
He's
four.
waking up in 3 days. Don't worry.
Yeah, because there's 4 different locations. That's 4 locations, one for each nail. They drive through each of his limbs as they're
only
crucified.
three
Now
nails.
you're thinking. There's
nails.
digging.
Oh, and this one they do. They don't put his feet
3
together.
nails, 4 limbs.
The fourth one's the spear they stabbed into the
There we
side.
go.
Yeah, you're
exactly.
reaching.
That- yeah, and that-
Listen, I think my hospital one is rooted firmly in.
and of course Tom is Judas.
Yeah, he betrayed him.
Yeah,
It is. It's a Christ story. Merry fucking Halloween, everybody.
It's a-
Halloween, a Christ story. You heard it here.
I shouldn't have
Well, I
drank
think we
before
should
this.
just wrap it up now. I think that sums up a Halloween tree. We nailed it.
Well, I don't know why we're recording so
Yeah.
much to get the point across.
yeah.
Just let Eric have 3 minutes alone, and then
Boom.
switch again.
Hey, Ben's the one that got there.
Oh,
first.
no.
I was like, don't put this on me.
I do not buy into the Christ allegory.
Fair. Okay,
Ben never
that
said he
one's
was
all
Christ.
good.
I never
I'll
said
stand
he
by
was-
it. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, it was Pip Jesus.
It was Pip Jesus.
Is it Pip Christ?
Yeah,
Hashtag
Jesus
Pip
Pip.
Christ.
May Pip be with you.
And Pip we trust.
Pippin the Christ.
Yeah,
Pip in the Christ.
but yeah. So we
They're
went
carrying
to.
a sarcophagus,
Yep,
and they are
yep.
hiding because they don't want them to like see him.
Yeah.
But then they come to life like they're alive mummies. Scares
Yeah.
the people. They drop it. Pip busts out.
Fleas.
He grabs the pumpkin. Pumpkin's like whispering. Does a big basketball spin of it, and then gets flown off.
Yep.
And then they have to chase after him again.
Yep. Up into the sky to another time period. Where do we go next?
We go to. I'm watching on fast forward.
Yeah,
guys.
see, eventually they figure out that he's running from.
Right.
Yeah, because that's the thing too.
Yeah,
Is like
Mount Shroud.
we were talking about when we was watching. Like, why is he running away from his
That kept
friends?
bothering
He's
me.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that gets you.
It's
You're
a big
like, man, he's
prank.
being kind of an asshole.
He's pranking him, bro.
Yeah, he's pranking him through time.
It's just a prank, bro.
This is legendary. Pip is pranking us through time.
He's like, you just
bro."
wait till I fucking graduate high school.
Yeah,
The whole world's gonna die.
yeah.
So they're grabbed onto Mount Shroud's cape,
Yep.
and they're flying.
Now it can fly. They
And-
don't need a kite anymore because
Not
the cape.
anymore.
Yep.
The girl still figure out she's still afraid of heights. She figured that out.
Actually, I think it's the first time we find out she's afraid of heights.
Well, no, we found out when she had the
for
kite.
but yeah.
So she did more math.
No, I think she was, because she was like covering her eyes doing math.
And apparently, she's got like an autistic grasp of math for a kid.
I
her
couldn't
age.
believe how.
Right.
Yeah, I would.
She's like, "It's 42,575." I'm like, you can't math that high.
Yeah.
Get outta here.
Once she got to 16 times 16 is, I was like, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh, no.
You ever seen that human calculator girl on
No.
TikTok?
Everything's
Crazy.
fake on TikTok.
I don't know, man.
The world. if TikTok,
No, the Asian. This isn't racist. The Asians have a different way of doing math than we do.
That's because their education system is so farly different than ours.
Yeah, they
Just have a different
abuse them.
strategy.
well, yeah, you use the words farly different.
Who's-
Their education
who-
system's definitely different.
I was just trying to help.
Hey, you know the guy voice Spock?
Spock? That's crazy. Wow, I know. I can't believe it.
So now we're at Stonehenge.
We did go to Stonehenge. I totally forgot we went to
Yeah.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge,
Yeah.
Pip gets turned into a cat.
He's a
An asshole cat. Like he's like
Yeah.
Just any chance to call Pip an
Running
asshole.
around.
he really is kind of a
Imagine if you were a ghost boy.
Before I realized, like, what,
Before I understood the story, he seemed like a
before I
complete
understood-
dickhead.
like, he's just running away. Like, his friends are right there. Say words to him. Like, get this old man off my tail, guys.
Just
like,
talk,
anything.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Speak.
I mean, it was the 70s.
Well, how much
Stranger
does he
danger
understand,
hadn't.
though?
That's a good point. I don't know.
So when this came out, 71. When did the Beware of the Gay thing, Tyler, come out?
That was the 60s,
I need-
right?
Yeah, so not
Context.
too far after.
There's a documentary called what was it called?
Well, it's like a public service announcement.
Public service thing. He used to show to kids in school.
It said, "Beware of the gay."
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
hold
gay
on.
or pedophiles going to rape their kids up.
That's
Yeah,
great.
you can find on YouTube.
Yeah,
There's
you
like a
can find on YouTube,
condensed
uncut.
version, and there's also like the full length version.
It's wild. Wild thing.
Because the boys thumbing a ride home from a baseball game, and
Boys beware! It's a 10-minute drama.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
1961.
Yep.
10 years later, then we get pumpkin, the
Film was
Halloween tree.
released-
Yep.
It deals with the danger of young boys with predatory homosexuals.
Yep.
Ooh.
He shut the kids in school back in the day.
Wow.
Could you imagine if someone was like, "Hey, I want to show this to kids in school as like a historical find"? They would shut that shit down so fucking
Oh,
quick.
So Pip runs off as a cat.
Yep.
They need
Yep.
to chase him. The witch touches a broom. Broom starts flying, picks her up her way.
Yep. Scoops her up.
She has to
Off she
remember
goes.
she's afraid of heights again. She gets over it.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
get
She.
over it.
Yeah, and there's like always this thing too with her. Like she's always like, because we talk about it too. Like it seems like she has like a thing for Pip,
Mhm.
and like I know she calls
Yeah.
him like Pipkin a couple times.
Yeah.
That's his name.
And-
Yeah, they all call him
Is it?
Pipkin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like his full name. They just
okay.
call
Yeah,
him
it's
Pip.
not a pet name.
What a
His name
weird
is
name.
Pipkin.
Well, if you
It
look
is.
at it, they replaced the first U with an I. His name's actually Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like how the other one's Skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
What was the girl's name?
I
Jenny
did
what?
not pick up on the
Jen
pumpkin
Witch.
thing. That's
Jenny
Jenny
Bitch.
Witch.
Damn it.
Jenny,
Did they
Jenny
really-
Witch.
I'm glad I missed that.
I don't know.
While I was, like obviously the skeleton's right in front of your face.
Isn't Pipkin a real name?
Is
It
it?
is,
Probably.
but
It's still
Like an old
pumpkin.
English name?
Yeah.
yeah, but they used
Oh,
it.
cool.
He's also holding a pumpkin. To
Yeah.
the thing,
So there.
He did it on purpose.
But
I'm
I'm
ashamed
glad I
I didn't
missed
pick
that.
up on that.
But-
That's
Damn
good. I'm glad you guys picked up
But
on that.
Jennifer, Jenny, she's always like the first to like say she would help out Pip or whatever. Like it does seem like she has a thing for him. Like she overcomes her fear of heights for him.
She's a girl in the
Oh,
70s.
yeah.
She's just trying to prove herself.
Is this the 70s? Like what we keep saying?
1971.
Well, that's when the book was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Book came out in 71, movie in 91.
Yeah.
93, somewhere in
Yeah.
that.
So then they're flying around the brooms and then they go to these witches doing cauldron-y things, bonfire-y things.
Mhm.
What do witches do, Bailey?
A lot of that, but naked.
Sounds funner all of a sudden.
I don't think it does. Do you want to be
Right.
casting a line with a hook and stuff while you're naked? That can get caught on stuff.
Just so you know, boiling water to like your bare stomach really hurts. Just so you know. I don't know from experience. I've just heard. It's not like I'm lighting cauldrons in the moonlight naked outside in my city backyard. It's fine.
And this is also like where Mounstraw gives the explanation. Or Mounstraw gives the
What the hell is
explanation
that?
of like why they're called witches. What was the reason
Yeah.
for them being called witches?
had a lot to do with like, so what was it? They were witty and,
They were smart.
they were the clever, smart ones who, and they were called witches and they were doing clever, smart things and they called it magic.
Like doubling numbers for eternity.
Yeah. So I thought that was a neat way to tie her character into the trope, although it is kind of a very oversimplification of it, but
So then the villagers come and burn down the witches' village. I'm skipping ahead, guys. I'm trying to find it because they're flying around, burns again. And that's where they're flying, and Pip like falls, and it goes against Pumpkin, and she grabs him by the hand, and she's like about to cry because he's about to die. It's her turn talking to him in the hospital bed. You see?
Yes. She's holding his hand, and he says to her, "What? You don't want Tom to see you cry?
Yeah, don't cry, Jenny. You don't want Tom to see you."
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, shut up. He's right behind us.
That gets so much worse if it really was Pip that she had a crush on, because he's like trying to push her off on Tom.
He friend zoned her.
Yeah, he friend zoned her.
Oh, he is a bitch.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So is he a bitch, or does he understand that his friend likes her and he's trying to push her
being a
over?
homie, man.
He's being a true homie.
He's not an ass. I was saying that before I understood really what was going on.
He's
Before
being
you found
his
the deeper
wingman.
meaning.
Before I found the deeper meaning.
We found out
the
he was
themes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Then
So that's what Jesus
Sorry, I called you an
tone
asshole,
changed.
Jesus.
Your tone suddenly switched up once you figured out he's the savior of all mankind.
He's not such a bad guy after all.
I get his motivation.
But then now we're getting to the point where we find out the witch is kind of a bitch
Yeah.
because they get
Oh
to
my God,
the
one of the-
cathedral
Yeah, what a cunt. Like, for real. Like,
yeah.
they all go up to the cathedral, and it's like...
because they have to
it's
build it. Like
Yeah.
With their feet, which
their-
means
Yeah, because what Mountshroud tried to tell the beast gargoyle thing, he's like, just step, the stones will come. Like,
Yeah.
they'll just believe. Like, very Indiana Jonesy.
it was. It reminded me of the scene in Indiana Jones, because they're at the very top of how high the stones got, and the gargoyle kid is standing at the edge, and then Jenny just suddenly
Sorry, Wally.
sorry, apologizes and pushes him off.
What if he just fell to his death?
Yeah.
Sorry. And then he just fucking falls like...
It's
head
like-
splatters like a pumpkin on the ground.
Don't act like you have this shit figured out, Jenny. You don't know what's gonna happen.
you don't
She's like,
know.
I trust Mountshroud. I met him tonight.
I trust this
Just
old
shows
man.
that
With
He
a
helped me
cane.
make a broom fly. I don't
Yeah. So
he
she
just-
pushes him, then like because Mountshroud was saying what they'll follow you, talking about the stones.
Yep.
She pushes him, and right as he like leaves the safety of the one step, a stone
stone
comes
flies
up
up.
from the ground and catches his feet.
Sets
and, like,
itself under his
Which
foot.
then
yeah.
would have resulted in me turning around and slapping the shit out of her.
oh,
Yeah,
for
oh.
sure.
Oh my
What a
God,
bitch.
Yeah.
She'd be lucky. I would have thrown her over the side.
Just
Like,
be like,
let's see if
let's see
those
if-
stones, come up for you now.
Yeah.
Like, no, man.
I
He-
think that's reasonable.
What?
Yeah,
and that's
thank you.
strange, too, because now that I'm looking at it, like, after the cathedral's built, Mountshroud walks right
he
in.
went up after, but now this is where he couldn't cross the shadow of it before it
Right.
was finished being built. But he did end up on top of it. That's kind of why I thought he was kind of fucking with him anyway.
Well, it was something to do with the moon, too, because he backed up because of the moon, and then the clouds covered the moon, and then he was fine. He just walked wherever he wanted then.
Yeah.
But he was avoiding the shadow of the church.
right.
Yeah, because I don't think it was the moon, because he was like flying in front of the moon.
That has to be in, like, the book somewhere to explain that better, like, what was going on.
Well, maybe you should read the book.
I guess. Or won't you read it? You're listening to it.
Oh,
That's
I'll get to
cheating.
it. I'll
They
get
have
to
the
it.
audio. How long can the audiobook be?
It's like
3
2
hours.
hours.
3.5
No, the book's only 2 hours.
Oh,
Is it
I
2
could've
hours?
just-
Was it
It's
only
3 hours on
Do it.
Audible.
Oh, no, it's on Audible. It's only an hour, 58 minutes.
Is that what you have left?
No, that's the whole thing. I'm pretty sure.
It is fucking not, because I looked it up the other day.
I saw it this morning and it said 3:38.
Yeah, that's right.
Halloween tree.
Is it by the right person?
So then they fall off the top of the cathedral while they're figuring that out.
And they
Yeah,
splat
wait.
at the bottom.
They
2
don't. They
hours,
land
1
on
minute.
the gargoyles, and the gargoyles come to
2
life.
hours, 1 minute.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then they fly off because they always have to have something to get them to the next place.
Right.
Essentially. So
Although
the first
they
was the
had-
This
kite,
one's 3
Yeah.
hours.
then the
38.
cave,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
then the
I had
brooms, now the
dramatized version
gargoyles.
of it.
Yeah. Now, first they had to free Pip from being a gargoyle,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, because they ripped his chest out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
but-
for real.
But one of
Yeah.
the cool details they added in this is the fact that it was believed that gargoyles couldn't talk or communicate unless wind was either blowing through their mouths or rain was coming out.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's why it sounded all weird when he was talking.
Yeah.
and
And
shit.
it was, and he had water
Water
gushing out of his mouth.
I-
Oh, nice. I did not pick up on that.
I thought that looked really strange. I was like,
I
why
did too.
would they do that to him? But now knowing that makes so
Yeah,
much more
that's
sense
awesome.
now.
You guys remember that gargoyle cartoon show
Dude, that
Yeah.
cartoon's
Yes.
badass.
where they would come to
Yeah.
life and fight?
I'll
Yes.
show you the badass Goliath I bought up at the house. I think
Oh,
it's
it's
my
sweet
birthday.
looking. I got
That's
to
what I was
see it.
trying to remember.
Yeah.
What
Giant wings.
what Wally was talking to Pip about at his deathbed. Basically about
Oh,
the time Pip took responsibility for the fireworks that Wally set off in his house.
Oh,
Pip, finally, he's a nice guy.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, you really smoked your house.
And then
That's
Pip
when he
took the
rips his
fall.
chest out.
Yep.
The pumpkin. He rips the pumpkin off.
Yeah.
And that brings Pip out of it. He's like, all right.
releases them from the shell of a gargoyle thing
And then they land on the gargoyles and they fly away on the gargoyles to
Yep.
the next
to chase
time.
Pip off into the next
And-
time frame
And this is where we end up in Mexico.
Yes.
for the Day of the Dead.
De las Muertes.
There's
There you go.
skeletons everywhere.
There's a full name.
That was a good part. The little funeral. They
Yeah.
passed like the toys and stuff.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
like
look, a little
A
funeral.
funeral for sale. We're like, ooh.
Yeah, and it was like a toy funeral. It was like a bunch of skeletons around a coffin. Like,
Now,
But
one thing I really like with this movie is the sound and all the sounds they use.
oh yeah,
Like one thing I loved is like when Mountrout approaches with the candy skulls on the stick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you can hear them rattle.
Yeah, and they hear them
Yeah.
rattle. Man, they did a really good job. Like all the sounds in this movie, like the bones and stuff, like shaking when the skeletons get knocked over. It's really good shit.
And for some reason, Pip was on the newspaper in Mexico.
For
Yep.
some reason, I don't know why. It just,
Apparently.
They're like, wow, Pip's here.
Redhead in Mexico.
yeah.
yeah, that's what it
Like the
was.
front page.
Even weirder was
Ah.
like his whole body was a skeleton except
no,
for his
it
head.
makes sense. Mexico, Jesus, Jesus, it's a whole thing.
Oh right, yep,
Yep.
yep.
I don't know
Yeah,
why we're
very
thinking.
Catholic.
There we go.
Yep, very
Yeah.
Catholic people. They saw Jesus. Like they always see.
Yep.
There's all kinds of Catholics who see Jesus and toast and things like that.
He's talking about how he had his appendix out, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
yeah.
They found Jesus on the front of a newspaper.
Oh my
It's
gosh!
very-
Even the appendix, the wound on Jesus' side.
Yeah.
There it is. Man, it's all coming
and
together.
inflicted by Judas,
Infli-
Tom.
You'll find out
figured
about
it
Tom
out.
in a minute there,
Man,
listener
seems-
Ursa.
they're really laying on this Jesus allegory thing in
Yeah.
this movie. I don't appreciate
What
it.
do you, because we're about to get to Tom, what do you think we're alluding to about Tom right now?
Cross.
If you had to guess,
It's just take one wild guess.
There must be some type of betrayal.
it feels that way because
yeah.
because everyone had their own story with Pipkin when they get
Yeah.
alone time with him. Who was the first one? He didn't make fun of glasses.
Covered for Wally.
Covered for Wally. Knew that the witch liked Tom, which really wasn't much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're-
She confided
She
in him.
confided.
Yeah.
They were true friends.
Yep. And then that's when Mountrout, and so where we're at now, Mountrout brings the candies out, which was weird. The whole interaction between them eating the candy with their names on was weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very weird.
Yeah.
They made a big deal out of it. They each one of them got a close up of their mouths eating a piece of
Oh,
candy.
you
and
hated
stuff.
it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did.
Oh
It's so
no!
gross.
There's also like the
It's
weird
gross.
shot, anyways, of when they first come up and he's like, tell me your name, I'll give you a skull, and
Yeah.
and the kid's like,
Give you some
Tom,
candy.
yeah.
Jenny!
And the kid's like Tom, and he hands him the skull. He's like, "It's got my name on it." There's like this really long static shot of his face with the skull, and like it lingered really long. I was like,
Yeah.
"What? It's kind of
It
weird."
was a little awkward.
Yeah, it's like an awkward
Just the
shot.
pacing of it was an
Yeah,
odd.
exactly.
oddness to the
So they
scene.
all get candy skull from Mountrout,
That's
and
right.
And
he
then we
reveals
get
it to be Mountrout.
pinatas that start
Yeah.
flying out. It's like all the kids'
Yep.
costumes as pinatas, and
Yeah.
Mountrout
Some
turns to
Hispanic
pinata.
kids come out and knock those out real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they smash it, and a bunch of bats
Turns
come
into
out
bats, carry them off,
and
Yep.
drops them into the graveyard.
Yep.
And then the bats turn back into Mr. Mountrout.
and this is where
We go into the tomb.
Tom has to learn his lesson.
Yes, sit at the deathbed and make a confession too. He's like, I wished this on you.
Yeah.
Tom is the one.
Tom is Judas!
He's the one who
It's all
gave
my
it.
fault.
Why did he wish it on him?
Because he wanted to be the leader. He
Oh,
wanted to be
sorry, I spoiled
He
it
wanted to
for
be
him.
the leader of these sixth graders.
Yeah.
So he killed his best
So
friend.
y'all blew your load. So they go down into this,
Sorry, we
They
didn't hang
go
on to
down
this
this
for a minute.
tomb.
Felt good.
and there's a bunch of dead bodies down there. And this is basically where their families couldn't pay their grave rent or whatever.
Is
Yeah.
that a thing?
I think
Grave
so.
rent? Is that a thing?
in
I
Mexico,
think
I
like,
don't
if
know.
you can't pay for
You
your
have
person
to
to
pay
bury it,
for
I'm
it.
pretty sure
Yeah.
they put it in
I think
the
it is
tomb.
in the UK.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not okay.
I mean, you have to buy a plot.
They're helping
Yeah,
fertilize
that's
the fucking
You have to
land.
buy a plot.
Well, you
Not
can't.
from-
You have to encase them in concrete. You
What's
can't.
good?
Yeah,
What's
they're
good
encased in
fertilizing that
concrete.
land?
They're
They
not
go use it for
fertilizing
shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have to buy your plot,
I
get buried
mean,
in. That's
Unless
all.
so in
Yeah.
if you die in New Orleans and you can't afford like one of their above ground cemeteries, they have communal ones that they put you in.
Yeah.
oh god,
Yep.
I won't know shit about it. It's fine.
that's
So-
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
be made into a
cremate it
tree.
anyway. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So then he's like,
Throw me in
Mountrout like
trash.
asks like, why are you dressed as a skeleton?
Just did a dump.
He's like, cause my last name. No, God, have you learned shit tonight? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
That's not why.
Then he's like, because we got to face death and all that, whatever, eye to eye.
Yep. Got to face
it's-
death eye to eye.
And then
Eyeball to eyeball.
because when they start to walk
And
through
then
all
he
the dead
immediately
bodies,
shuts his eyes.
because when they were trying to walk through the dead bodies, they're like coming to life, trying to grab at him.
Yep.
So then you got to meet death eye to eye. So he squeezes his eyes shut and just runs through. Gets all the way where Pipkin is at the end.
I do have to say that I think Ray lost sight of his allegories or lessons on that
I think maybe
particular
the
one.
animators didn't get the memo. It's
Well,
like, no,
yeah.
he's supposed to.
I just wonder, like,
no,
where
because
the-
they even say like, "Shut your eyes." Just like there's
Oh,
dialogue
there's
about
dialogue that
I
actually
just-
says it, huh?
I just wonder, like, where, like, because all these kids in the book, there's 8 of them. Do they do this for all 8 of the kids?
it. Probably.
Probably. Yeah.
It kind of looks. It
Yeah,
looks.
because each one of their costumes seems like a pretty important.
I don't know if
icon
they do
from-
it for all of them, but it
Yeah.
does look like they do it for quite a few of them.
Yeah,
I've got to read this book.
because each one of those costumes represents like something pretty distinct from Halloween. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so-
One's
yeah.
the devil. The other's
This one kid's a gorilla in the book. I'm gonna,
Well,
what's
he's
his story?
yeah,
They
he's
just go
called
to
like
the
an
zoo.
ape man.
See Harambe.
Yeah.
Aw.
So he gets all the way
R.I.P.
through, gets to Pipkin. He's like, Pipkin, you
Dicks out
can't.
for Harambe.
Yep.
He's like, Pippin, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this is happening. He's like,
why are
why-
you sorry?
because I wish for this to happen. I wish something would happen to you so I could be the leader for once. he's like, Tom, I'll let you be the leader sometime.
Yeah, he's like, you didn't have to do this. I don't want it.
It's just like, God damn it,
This was too
Judas.
much.
Yeah.
And that does
Boy,
not
Pip
seem
is
to
a
be in the
good
book.
guy.
I know.
I'd have been like,
And the
well,
whole
fuck
time-
you, Tom.
Yeah, right.
Like,
The whole time he's like encased in these spider webs that are like holding him up to the wall.
I think
with the
Tom should
pumpkin
have
at
had to
his
give up
feet.
the years. I think.
Tom, just give up
Tom
all
should-
those, man.
8 years straight up, Tom. Give
Because-
him up.
Honestly.
Well, no, they let him get away with 4.
Yeah, because then he tried to take Pip's hand, pull him out, and then Pip just turns to crumbling stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of a disturbing moment for me. I was just like, what? Whoa, I wasn't expecting
That
that.
was
like,
a
okay, did he
child.
just die?
Yeah.
That's it. You
Ugh.
fucked up.
And then we
Yeah.
find out that
Moundsrod comes out. He's like, you shouldn't have touched him.
Yeah, he has the pumpkin now. So
Yep.
Moundsrod has the pumpkin. He's like, okay, I got the
Yep.
fucking kid's soul. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, hey, hold on.
Go leave you here in Mexico, motherfucker.
Yeah, because they're not home. That's the thing. The kids start to walk away. It's like, do you know where you
Where
are,
are you
children?
gonna go? Yeah.
Like,
Like, what year are you in? Like,
Right,
you don't
where-
even know what year you're in.
where year are we? That's what they
Cartel? Have you ever heard of cartel? Child trafficking.
Mules?
And the
For
Tom,
drugs?
then Judas feeling like so horrible about killing Pip. He's like, hold on. What if I pay you something for Pip's life? Like,
Something of value.
like what could you have, child?
Money, currency.
Yeah, it's a
Coin of the realm? It's so bizarre.
I know.
Did we say why Moundsrod is taking Pip's soul?
Because he's the devil.
He just takes
And
so
or
No,
death.
he says it's because his family couldn't pay rent.
No, that
anymore.
was for the dead bodies in the tomb.
It was
no,
an
but he
allegory
also said
for.
it was Pep's too.
Oh.
No, rent was an allegory. Like it's what he was owed. Like you owe me
Okay.
a life.
He owes
now.
me his soul,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
what I'm here to collect.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they all offer up. Well, first Tom offers
he
up a year
sold
of
his
his
soul
life.
to the devil to be pull off all those pranks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
That's not something Jesus would do.
Is he the Jesus or is he the devil? I don't know.
We may have, this may be
Mound
Judas.
Shroud is the devil.
Yeah.
Or death.
Or demon, just a general
Pip is
demon
Christ.
collecting debts.
Pip is Christ. We already got past that. We figured it out.
And Christ defeated death.
Yeah.
So then
This,
Tom,
this movie is
That's
just.
not
This
what
movie is just
happened.
thick.
First of all,
with
Jesus can't
Christ
be a
allegory.
redhead.
I mean, that's fair.
but you notice even still, Tom like tried to offer the least amount he could. He didn't like, I'll give you 5 years.
Yeah,
No,
he's
just one.
1 year.
the one.
Yeah.
One.
And then Moundsrod's like, I was like, considering. He's like, 1 year. One.
No, he's like, a year. And then the other kids are like, well, we'll double down. And we're like, well, wait for him to deny your offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they had no idea how to heckle.
Haggle.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll give a year too.
He
I'll
was
Go
so
with the
close to
months if
accepting
you gotta.
just 1 year.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'll give 2 months to that. Like,
So then
Yeah.
Moundsrod
Yeah.
takes one of those candy skulls, cracks it into 4 pieces.
It does have Pip's name on it.
It has Pip's name on it, and each child takes a candy skull and eats it. And
See, that's the allegory for Passover.
yeah, the body of Christ. They're all consuming the body of Christ.
What did they drink, motherfuckers?
That orange soda.
Oh my god.
Yep, the orange soda that fizzed
Yeah,
over.
the orange soda that orgasmed when he was born.
Water turned to orange soda.
so
It was
after,
the water coming out of his mouth. That's the-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it
They all
is.
sop that up.
The
and-
blood of Pip.
Yeah. Passion of Pip.
so after
Passion of Pip.
so after that, Moundsrod's like, cool deal. Sweeps him away in the tornado.
Yeah.
Throws him back all 4,000 years to the future.
Now, have we said it on the recording yet? Because you found that in the book about the 8, why there were 8 kids instead of
Yeah,
4.
yes,
Was-
yeah.
did
we
say that on the
talked
recording?
about
that.
Okay, I got a little mixed up.
To equate 8 years, which would have actually made sense. Versus
Yeah, it
the
would have
devil
made
getting
sense.
ripped off and getting 4 for
Yeah.
the kids 8.
Because even I'm watching this like, hey, you're getting the short end of the stick, old man.
Yeah, he is. He's in debt
Yeah.
4 years.
4 years? It's getting at least 60 in them. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I feel like we needed like something at the end credits where all 4 of those kids like
Just
got
drop
to a
dead on their way
crash
home.
Yeah.
on their way home or something.
Joke's
Like,
on you.
you
die
only
next
have
summer.
1 year to
You
live.
were all gonna die in a tragic like explosion on Halloween night a year from now. You all just fucked yourselves.
So they're back at Mount Shroud's haunted house, and he's like, and they're all going over the lessons they learned,
Yep.
or whatever. And they're like, "Go see Pipkin, whatever, trick or treat time, ready,
Yep.
set, go." They run off.
And it's the twist where you find out he's been a redhead the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time.
Ginger.
What?
Which means there was no soul, which means that Shroud cheated
just-
those kids
yeah.
out of a year of their
Oh,
lives.
yeah.
Fucking.
It was all just an elaborate ploy
Trick.
for him to. Yeah.
It was
It's
a
an
prank.
all elaborate trick.
Yep.
It was a prank by Pipkin to steal some of their years of life.
Yeah, now
Oh.
Pipkin
Pipkin
was
was
a lot
not
years
Christ. He
stronger.
was actually an imp working for Mountain.
Yeah, there we
he's
go.
4
Yep.
years stronger now.
4 years stronger.
So they get to Pipkin's house. There's a pumpkin. There's the one pumpkin on the porch.
Pipkin's pumpkin.
Pipkin's pumpkin. And we look up, and Pipkin's
Nice.
like in his house, and he's like alive now. So there he is alive.
Hi,
Yep.
Pipkin
Aw.
alive.
He's like, guys, I had some crazy dreams, like a big Wizard of Oz moment. And you
Yeah.
were
Yep.
there, and you were
You were
there.
there.
You were there.
And we saw all these crazy shit.
Yeah. And then all the kids are crying that the Pipkin's alive.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, they just swapped on my appendix, and here I am.
He's like, they thought I
Risen
was
again.
a goner.
Yeah. He's
I am arisen.
the resurrection. Damn.
And that's
You've almost got tied.
I know.
Got me.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Got me.
and then we go
It's my
back.
religion now. Halloween tree.
See the deeper meaning.
So I'm
in
basing
things
all
is
my
fun.
life decisions on
Gospel according to Pip.
Then we get back to Mount Shroud, and he dissolves away.
He has
Yep.
his own pumpkin on
He
the tree.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He blows out the candle on his own pumpkin, and all dusts away. Then all the pumpkins fly away, and that is the end of
The Halloween.
Halloween
tree.
tree. Woo.
All right, now that
The
we-
newest testament.
Now that we got there,
The newest
Tyler, take us to the
testament.
next bumper where we talk about our thoughts.
Oh my gosh.
Pumpkins! Look at them all! Pumpkin tree.
No, a Halloween tree.
Halloween tree, guys.
Yeah.
So some of us first time seeing it, some being reminded of it, some thinking we have memories of it. One that didn't watch it at all with us, but he's seen it once, and he was on the ride. How'd you feel, Ursa, about being on the ride?
Did you feel like
Sleepy.
you feel like you had watched the movie?
No,
Does the experience feel authentic to you in any way?
not very.
That's not good. He was our listener representation.
Yeah.
We're sorry, listeners. We are sorry.
No, we're not. If you're with us this far, this is on you.
Are you shocked at all the religious allegory you missed in your
Oh yeah, it was definitely that was the most shocking part. We had a
I'm just
Judas and a
Yeah.
Jesus and a
Yep.
Devil.
Yeah, devil,
Devil.
bunch of all
So
the
I'll,
religious stuff.
I'll start us off with the ratings and how we thought and
Yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Peace and bees. Peace
Yeah.
and blessings. I don't think I'd give it a 5, but I'm going to go 4. Oh, I'm lazy. 4 jack-o'-lanterns out of 5.
Pippa
Or
lanterns?
Pippa lanterns.
Pippa
Yeah,
lanterns?
Pippa-lanters.
Well, yeah, 4 Pippa lanterns. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the assist,
No,
Bailey.
you're
I alley-ooped it.
welcome.
You dunked it down. It's fine.
Boom.
This is again. It hits all the emotions for Halloween. Like it does. Like the look of it, the feel of it, what they're going over. So I do like it for Halloween. But there's just some weird like dialogue about it, and just some things don't make sense. But it is animation, so I don't give it the 5 just because there is some weird inconsistencies, which I'm afraid did happen from just where it's going from a book to a movie.
Right.
Is probably where that happened. But it does get a solid 4 Pipkin jack-o'-lanterns out of me out of 5. What do you got, Bailey?
I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 sugar skulls.
Sugar skulls.
Sugar skulls.
Tasty.
With my name on them. I really liked it. I pretty much laid it out in the beginning. I thought the artwork was absolutely amazing. It's very entertaining. The book is definitely going to be in our house. and we'll read that and everything. I'll finish reading it, I promise. I really liked it overall. I thought it was a really entertaining story. I also liked how much like history there was in it too, like how because they definitely kind of kidified it for like the history. Kidified it, like kind of made it a lot more story.
It is now.
It is now in the Book of Bailey.
Don't be starting your religion over Pippin. Pipkin Pumpkin. You're going to insult the Pimpinites.
Pippinites.
I'm just saying, a church is a very nice tax write-off. I'm just
It is.
Epistles.
Oh, there we go.
But I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. The only complaint I really have is I feel like we could have spent more time at the cathedral and then also where they brought out the witches. But I'm also a little bit partial there.
I think it suffered from being just a TV movie.
Yeah.
The time constraint. Yeah.
But overall, I loved it. 5 out of 5 sugar skulls for me. I will definitely be watching this again.
Now pass it to Ben.
Ben, what do you think?
I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 holy pips.
Holy Pips.
Holy Pips.
Holy Pips.
Yes.
Even though I don't buy the religious allegory at all, I do think that the hospital one is accurate. I loved it. I miss the old art styles, the matte paintings, the Buena Vista style, like the Rescuers.
Yeah,
type
man,
of
that
thing.
was
Man,
good
and every
shit.
time I see it, it just so good.
It warms my heart every time I see it.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was fun. The music on it was sweet. It was so over dramatic, but it sold the kind of
Very whimsical.
very whimsical, and it's got that kind of whimsical feel to it, where it's like there's no real pushback from any of the characters. It's all just follow the wind as it leads you.
Yep.
It's- they accept everything for the face value, even though it's kind of ridiculous. The only thing that keeps it from being a 5 for me is like Michael said, there's some dialogue problems where they would say stuff that isn't congruent with what other people are saying.
Yeah.
Like you would have somebody say, "Yeah, we'll show them," but there was nothing before that was like they don't believe us or any sort of statement where that and that happened a few times.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
that was a little odd, but it's a good it's going to be on the October list because for those of you that don't know, every October I try to make it a point where the only thing on TV in our house is horror movies or horror related stuff for literally the entire month of October.
I try to make that all year round. He told me no.
Yeah, well, if everything's special, then nothing is.
Yep.
So,
Facts.
but this will definitely be added to the rotation. I also very much enjoy the pacing. I know that it does suffer somewhat from that, but I can appreciate that they're like it is a kids movie, so in and out quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what was your thing? 4 or 5?
Holy pips.
Holy Pips. All right. Nice. Toss it to Tyler now.
All right. I am going to give
Ben
it.
did not toss it to you yet.
Eric, tell us what you thought about it.
Oh, Jesus.
No. I'll
Skip me, motherfucker.
back to tie.
Back to it.
It's become a volleyball.
All right. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 monster kites.
Oh, cool.
Monster Kites.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love this movie. It's everything about it just makes me feel like so good. Puts me in like the Halloween spirit. The old matte paintings, just all the colors and the story and the music. I mean, it's just there's obviously some narrative issues. I feel like, and with this movie, I think some pacing issues. I feel like it could have benefited for a 90-minute long run time
Mhm.
to kind of
Definitely.
set a little more into these time periods and these lessons it's trying to teach. But no, I love it. It's definitely something I watch every year. And yeah, 4 out of 5. I'm giving it.
4 out of 5 what?
Monster Kites.
Monster
Yeah.
Kites.
Now pass it to Eric.
There you go, Eric.
Oh, thank you, Ty. I'm going to go with 4.5 out of 5 years of my life.
Aw.
Nice. Almost
Accurate.
You didn't
a
have
half more than what the kids get.
Right. Yeah.
So you're better than Tom.
That's right. I am. No, wishing that on his friend. What a bastard.
But are you better than Pip?
But I'm probably not better than Pip.
No, you can't be better than
Pip's
Pip.
a good
That's
ideal to try
sacrilege.
to live up to. But
You didn't have orange soda bottles spew at the day of your birth.
No, I
The
did not.
ideal of Pip.
The ideal of Pip. But again, the artwork was amazing. I love a lot of the history that they kind of dabbled into. It's a great starting point to find out about a lot of the traditions and stuff of Halloween. It gets people curious because it makes a good point of we just kind of take a lot of these traditions at face value. Trick or treat, yeah, go around, pick up candy, put on masks. But the why of it, that was a really good question that kept getting asked to the kids, and they got to learn that lesson. And so that sort of stuff is really important to me. Looking into the history of traditions and stuff like that. It's very interesting. So I really liked it. I guess I took the half a point off just because of the shaky dialogue at some points. It was just kind of weird. You know what I mean? Kids movie or not.
I wonder what even caused that to happen.
I don't know.
I really don't know. I probably just
production.
Too many cooks in the
Production
kitchen.
thing. Yeah.
That would be my best guess. But and the book is awesome too. Definitely check out the book because there's some really good. The prose in it is.
Yeah, make sure you hold it up for the
great.
audience.
Yeah, I'll hold it up. Everyone takes a look at it.
Aggressively.
But
take this book while you're talking about it.
I was looking for it.
I was just to reference it. Absorb its power. The power of Pip.
Okay,
Raise your right hand.
The sacred text,
But
the holy text.
The movie caught the spirit of the book really well. From what when I did read, the prose was really incredible, very descriptive in a way that just gets you in the mood of all this stuff. It was kind of like what Tim Burton tries to be in a much more genuine way, if that makes sense.
He did it for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Early on, yes,
early
in his career.
Yeah. So there we go.
So later in his career, where he's just trying to sell shit for Hot Topic.
4.5 years of your life?
4.5 out of 5 years of my life.
Yeah, there you go. Now pass it to Ursa. We'll see what we get out of him.
Ursa, here you go. What'd you think of the movie?
We have 12 pieces of silver.
What?
12 pieces of silver.
You just totally blew Mike's mind.
I'm that's not a number that's on our scale. So
he's
we go to 5.
that threw Michael to the level of which you have no idea. He was just it was like you smacked him in the face with a rolled up newspaper.
We only go to 5. You gave it a 12. Did we?
This would be the ratio. It'd be 12 out of what, 16 or something?
Yeah, I'm not going to figure out that ratio.
12 pieces of silver.
Do that math, Michael. What's his actual rating?
About tree fitty.
About tree fitty. There you go. Let's give it 3.5 stars.
My throat's closing up.
Get your inhaler.
I don't have it.
That would make sense. Why would you
have your inhaler? Where the fuck is your inhaler?
Listen,
It's
I'm
at
broke.
home.
Please subscribe.
It's 45 minutes away.
I guess the channel, whatever.
All right. Ursa, breathe
October.
into Eric's mouth.
It's on come for another 2 months.
Give him oxygen like a baby bird.
You got 2 months where you get the subscribers from this.
And right after Cultober,
Eric will be dead by the time you hear it.
Yeah, hey guys, if you're listening to this, check out our social media. Find out if Eric died.
Sacrifice a year of your life each for me.
No, I'm keeping all of mine.
I think it'd be
Eric, you're gonna have to run with that
pumpkin.
pumpkin for a couple of months, pal.
Yeah, right.
Well, Ursa, how did we make the story sound, I guess?
The Passion of Christ.
Yeah, very good.
Biblical.
Very good. Very biblical.
Except you will watch this Passion of Christ again.
Oh.
There's no reason to watch that twice.
Yeah.
Well,
I ever tell you, 1 year for my birthday, one of my aunts got me the I had been young. I was 13 or 14. One of my aunts got me the Passion of Christ on DVD
she
for my
wanted you to
birthday.
know. She
Yeah,
was like,
I was like, what? Who needs to own this movie? Who's ever around their house let's pop in the Passion of the Christ.
Whoever don't know how it ends.
I guess.
Let's just see a Jewish man get beat to death. Why don't we? That's what we should do.
I've seen more stuff.
We would watch it every year for Easter. My dad would put it on.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Yeah, right?
It was a very melancholy house.
Christ.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Me and my friend got popcorn when we went with our youth group to watch it.
We used to go
We
watch
were the only ones that did.
We were?
a play that was basically the Passion of Christ every fucking year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Eric, are you done dying?
I think I'll make it.
Take us out of here.
All right.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for listening to the Halloween tree.
We're nearing the end of Cultober.
Yeah, we have 2 more things left. We got Beetlejuice coming up Sunday, and then we'll cap things off with the 31st, which is a Monday. So that is sundown for Calda Campbell.
Ooh, wow.
Is that how? I thought Beetlejuice was our Halloween day.
Nope, Beetlejuice is the 30th.
The Halloween
we're
Eve.
ending with sundown, huh?
Sundown. It's a
How the
Monday.
Merry fuck
We
did
could
that
flip
happen?
It's
that.
a Monday.
We could flip that.
It seems more appropriate.
It
It
seems
seems more appropriate. I mean, we could, but
Yeah, we're
Monday's
in
a
the past talking
cold,
about the future, so we
yeah.
can make.
All
All right.
Stay
well,
tuned to find out where we land on that one.
Well,
You'll know before I do.
Yeah. Also, let us know if you think Mound Shroud was a personification of death or a
Sundown.
devil.
Sundown.
Beetlejuice is our 31st. Sundown comes out the last Friday.
No.
You got Halloween Tree, Sundown on 28th, and then Beetlejuice on the 31st.
He's looking at the schedule right now.
I don't know.
Oh,
Are you on
Oh.
Slack?
You guys, I got the calendar.
I don't know. That must
Scream was
be-
on the 30th, the first Friday.
Yeah.
Then we
Well,
got-
this is bad audio. Let's talk about this after
It's
the
too
episode.
late. Well,
I'll
they need
show
to know
you
what
the
they
schedule.
missed. They need to know what they
Okay.
missed.
So we
30th was
had-
Scream. Then we had the 7th was The Descent.
This is nothing but professionalism all the way around.
14th was
Absolutely.
1408. 21st is the Halloween Tree. 28th Sundown. Then 31st is Beetlejuice.
You're wasting
was
the last
Sundown?
4.5 years of my
28th.
life. Come on.
No, 28th is this right here's the 28th. This is a Friday. This is Halloween Tree.
So they're gonna have nothing on 21st.
On the 21st.
It's all right. We'll figure it
21st
out.
Ladies
is
and
21st is
gentlemen.
21st.
First says gone so.
Yeah, 21st is the thing. That's a Friday. Fridays when Cultober episodes come out.
I don't know. You gave me the wrong schedule to put in.
No,
there.
I gave you recording schedules, not release schedules.
Oh boy.
These
So
are
make sure you
recording
follow us on all of our social
Yeah.
media stuff because who the fuck knows?
Oh, I handle social media. The correct schedule is on social media.
Yes. And ladies
So-
and gentlemen, what you're hearing
And
here is when everyone has full-time jobs and doing a podcast. So we really
And Tyler
appreciate
just
all
makes
of you being
fucking
here.
posters for a schedule. Instead of
work.
putting it to a calendar, he just makes fucking posters.
They work.
It's pretty posters though.
Yeah, then look how
got
confused it made everyone.
I'm not confused. I know how it goes.
Because you're the one that made the
Tyler knows.
fucking posters.
Yeah, I know how it goes.
So just search at Cult Talk Net to-
On all the things.
on
all
all
the
the things.
Twitter,
Dude,
Instagram,
Leonard Nimoy was in this
Facebook,
movie?
YouTube.
What is it?
Huh?
Whoa, Spock. He played Spock.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you, Ursa.
Tune in
Man,
next
that's
time for
great.
something, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For something.
Sunday
At
Beetlejuice, Monday Sundown. That's that simple as it goes.
Bye.
We might end up switching that.
There you
Stay
go.
tuned. Just
Later.
Just log on. It's fine.
Follow us for a thing at some time about Halloween.
At Cult Talk.
Merry
Cult Talk.
Christmas.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye. Happy Halloween.